Hey everybody, welcome. I'm going to be getting started here in just a few minutes. Hey, Truth Seeker.
Who says being cheap isn't a good thing?
Kyoko Rock Fams is in the house. What's up, Kyoko? Sorry guys, the music was a little loud. I apologize. R5 Adventures, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Hey, what's up, Lou? How you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Atlantis Paranormal. I'm still early, guys. I'm still setting up. I'll start it at the top of the hour, guys. Not much, guys. Just got off work. Slaving away. Get the show on the road. I'll get there, Lou. Just give me a few seconds, buddy. Hey, Sharpshooter, thank you so much for tweeting this out. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Tonight is the Paranormal call-in show. Because of the incident of what happened on the last live stream, I will probably just be doing it Google Hangout style instead of the way I was doing it the last time. Until that whole situation blows over, and I don't know when that might be. I might do another test run with it, but not on this show, guys. If you want to come up and share your story, let me know. Send me your email, and I will bring you up on the Hangout. Brian's Paranormal, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for joining. Sorry, it's bright in here. What's going on, little Pixie fam? Jeanette Moore. Just kind of waiting for the music to be done. There we go, guys. Welcome to the show, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I hope everybody's having a good night so far. Please let me know in the comments how you guys are doing tonight. It is awesome to see everybody here. Cryptid559 is in the house, a California local here, guys. Same with Kyoko Rock Fams. What's up in the house, Kyoko? Troll called into the show. Yeah, it wasn't just one. It was a lot of them. Somebody put my call-in number on 4chan, and they decided to go to town on the call-in show with a bunch of really bad profanity and really just obscene shit. So, anyway, I just want to welcome everybody to the stream. I am going to be sharing this out here in just a second. Let me get to sharing this out. All right. Okay. Hold on, you guys. Sharing this out. Thank you guys for sharing this out. It means a lot. Get to everybody here in a second. Alrighty, you guys. I am tweeting it out. Tweeting. All right. Thank you, Earth Angel, for tweeting this out. I'll make sure I get everybody here. Kim FITZGERALD ROCK FAM, thank you so much for tweeting this out. A big special thank you to all my patrons. You know who you are, and I really appreciate your support. All right, you guys. And I'm just going to copy and paste this. Alrighty. Just trying to get this out as quickly as possible. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to see the chat for just a second, guys. I am getting everything ready here. Just trying to let everybody know. All right. Okay. Sharing it out to some Facebook pages. All right. And alrighty, you guys. I shared this out. Hopefully some more people will join in on the chat. Do appreciate it. Sharpshooter is in the house. What's going on? Passion for hunting and fishing. Welcome to the stream. PSPR Paranormal Pursuit. What is going on? Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Purple Gang is in the house. Welcome, Purple Gang, to the chat. Thank you guys so much for coming by. I really appreciate the time and consideration that you guys decided to choose my live stream tonight to come and visit and say hi. So I really, really appreciate it. Chris V is in the house. Wonder Pup Adventures. Paul, how's it going, brother? Welcome to the stream. Jeanette Moore, you look like a movie star with the shades. No, okay, so I don't need a complex. No, just playing. No, just playing. Thank you so much, Native Grammy, for Facebook and tweeting this out. I do appreciate it. 21 people in the house. Thank you so much. Thank you. Alrighty, subscribe to my channel, Presence of the Unknown. Absolutely, guys. If you haven't checked out my Paranormal Teams channel, go to Presence of the Unknown, click that link, and go subscribe. You will not want to miss out on the crazy adventures that we go on with the team. So you know how I was talking about the last trip to the Charman area of Ojai, and I didn't think I caught anything? Well, I was dead wrong. If I can pull up that video somehow. File, new tab. Actually, I'll just go off this. Hey, Brian's Paranormal, thank you so much for sharing this out, bro. I really appreciate it. Okay, so some people have actually... Oh, dude, I really appreciate that, Brian. Hey, Huntress of the Unknown. Hey, what's going on? Faith in the Fallen, what is going on? So, guys, I have some really exciting things to share with you related to the paranormal. This was pretty crazy, guys. I gotta show you this. I don't know how easy it is gonna be able to show this. So this is my latest video, which is called The Charman of Ojai. It's based off of a urban myth and legend about some paranormal activity. So one of my fans actually it was Tony Rock Fam, shared this with me.
That leads to the campsite where the Charman is.
So I didn't think I caught
Along
anything.
with 4 other ghosts. Supposedly on this bridge, if you yell, "Help me! Help me!"
Okay, guys. So if I find the, there it is.
Rampaging out of the forest and attack you.
Okay.
This Creek
So
Road
if I
Bridge
go
that
actually
leads to the
to
campsite. In this scene,
40 seconds roughly,
he is said to be a vengeful spirit.
I didn't think I caught anything. And I was kind of upset because I feel like I wasted this whole trip. And I really, really wanted to. Oh, you're going to already head out, Brian's Paranormal? Have a good rest of your night, man. All right, take care. Thank you so much for coming by. So, like, this was really crazy. So I thought I didn't catch anything. And then Tony actually notified me he caught something in my video that I didn't see, and that was not prevalent in the actual filming of this. This was not there. It was dark. It was quiet. There was no activity on my meters or nothing. But then he noticed what looks like a fire, like a campfire right here.
This is the infamous Creek Road Bridge that leads to the campsite where the Charman.
So that was very weird because right in that area is said to be where he died in a horrific fire in 1948. And it actually shows what looks like a fire back in the woods.
Died in 1948 in a horrific wildfire. He is said to be a vengeful spirit.
And there it is.
In this scene, you see us walking on a bridge. This is the infamous Creek Road Bridge that leads to the campsite.
At first I thought it was a reflection off of one of the signs in the area. But no, it was like glowing like a fire, and it was flickering, and that was crazy. Like, I had no idea that was even going on. No, it's not a street light. There's no street lights in that entire area. The second portion of it is I actually caught an EVP inside of my house while I was doing the narration. And I don't know if I'll be able to find it on spot here. It's somewhere in like the 4-minute. I'm talking. Let's see. It'll be right here.
Decided to wander the whole Camp Comfort campground to look for.
I caught an EVP of a woman talking in my house.
Spirits that are known to inhabit that area even existed. Was it true about the stories and the legends, or was it just that legends and folklore to try to scare unweary people in the area? There were some areas that I personally felt had some kind of energy that I could not explain.
And it says, "Help
But they
me."
would not present themselves kind of
Right here.
energy that I could not explain. But that I personally felt had some kind of energy that I could not explain.
It says, "Help me,"
Had some kind of energy that I could not explain.
or "I need," or "Can you help me?" Something like that.
Had some kind of energy that I could not explain.
But there is a total woman's voice that plays while I'm doing the narration in my house. My house is known to be haunted, but it made it more prevalent, and it came actually through my studio mic when I was actually doing the recording. And when I found this, I was absolutely dumbfounded, guys. I was like, holy cow, that was such a great Class A EVP. Were you singing when you said, or were you signing when you said "help me"? Don't know. I wasn't singing, no. I was just talking about the EMF reader and the spirits in that area. And then listen.
personally felt had some kind of energy that I could not explain.
It sounded like I need you to help me or help me in some way, but it was pretty crazy. And that was actually on my studio mic in my house. That was in the room where the lady had died in my house, which is the room that I'm sitting in right now. It was pretty wild, guys. Like that was absolutely surprising to me that I actually picked that up on my. Yeah, I mean, you have to listen to it with headphones, but it says, "Can you help me?" or something to do with "help me." But it's pretty wild, guys. Definitely make sure you go and check out that video for yourself. Listen to that part. It's about 4 minutes and what? I guess it's like 4 minutes and 30 seconds roughly, and you can hear it, and you'll definitely be able to pick up on that sound. The Valdez family vlogs, welcome to the stream. The Nicholas Polo Outdoors, what's going on? Thank you so much for joining. Pam and Jammy's World, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. So many awesome channels in here, guys. Make sure you definitely check each other out. Make sure you also share this on Facebook and on Twitter. You don't want to miss out on also hitting the bell notification so you get updated on new videos coming out in the future. But yeah, that was I thought I was totally missing out on the Paranormal Activity, and actually we only explored about 50% of that whole myth. I didn't know there was also an abandoned what was it? It's abandoned auditorium slash like amphitheater out in the middle of the woods, and it was about another quarter mile from that location in Ojai. But it's like this totally 100% abandoned amphitheater, and that is actually where the Charman sightings had started, was in that area. And then they drifted over to this campground, which was pretty amazing. So we're probably gonna have to go back and check that out. But there's definitely some kind of paranormal activity at that location, and it's well documented by the locals since 1950s that there's been paranormal activity there. Hey, Benny Loco, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Wow, 27 people. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so it was it's pretty wild, guys. It was pretty cool. I was pretty excited to find that footage and be able to share that with you. But yeah, definitely. So guys, this is the live paranormal call-in show. If you want to share your scariest paranormal stories, please let me know and give me your email, and I will bring you up on Google Hangouts. Make sure it is your email that is connected to your YouTube channel, and I will definitely be able to bring you up, and you can share your scariest paranormal stories up here. I no longer right now temporarily disabled the telephone number because of the troll situation. So you guys please got to understand and respect that. So I brought up just doing it on Google Hangouts. Next time you go, do it live. That area had really bad reception, so there was no way of doing it live. I did do the cemetery nearby though live, so you can check that out. It's called the Nordhoff Cemetery. I did do that one live. There wasn't much activity there either, unfortunately, but it was definitely something interesting, guys, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I did do the cemetery video live with the Marine's wife, aka Michelle, and we went out and checked that location out. It was very beautiful and serene. I'll come up, just drop a link here. Okay. Alrighty. So I got somebody who wants to come up on panel, and my first, let's see, I'll be able to get him up. I don't know. Facebook. So just give me 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna bring my first person up here. Alrighty. And enter. Okay. So I sent my first hangout invite over to Boomer Rock. He is going to be coming up and sharing his story with us. So I hope you enjoy when he gets here. And be looking forward to speaking with Boomer. It's been a while since he's been on my channel. So definitely cool. We'll get to hear his scariest paranormal story. How does Hangouts work? Just downloaded it, so I'm confused. So Hangouts, I mean, is reasonably easy to set up. Hey, Boomer, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on? Hangouts is reasonably easy to set up. All you need to do is send me your email for your YouTube channel. I'll be able to send it to Google Hangouts, and it should come up as an invite.
Yep.
So it's not too hard to understand. Some of the other stuff like OBS can be a pain in my ass. But
Yep.
so Boomer, what's your scariest paranormal story? I know you got a bunch of them.
Well, the most frightening one, I mean, I have many just your typical everyday kind of stuff, but the most frightening experience I ever had, and I believe I've told this story a few times. The first time I ever actually investigated a situation was back in 2016. I was just getting started in accepting, my gift or whatever. And I was conversating with a friend of mine, and with him via internet and messenger, he helped me along with this. It was my my little cousin was having a situation at their place where her 5-year-old daughter was telling them that she kept seeing this dark figure in the apartment that would come in through the wall in her room and, just kind of go around the house, just walking around basically.
Mm-hmm.
We nicknamed it Red Eyes because that's how she described it to us.
That's right. I've heard you talk about this before. It's very interesting. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's fine. So what happened was they called me, said, "Hey, well, can you come check this out? We know you have like this ability to sense things." At that time, that's as much as I knew about what I could do.
Right.
And so I agreed. So I went up to Ithaca and stayed with them for a week. Now, the moment I got there, I knew there was something off. I immediately felt this dark energy there. And at the time, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what to expect. And, I was keeping in contact with my buddy Gum. And he kind of guided me through this. Because this is the first time I ever actually went somewhere to kind of, I guess, investigate something. So what I was doing, I was doing interviews with the daughter, doing video recording and stuff like that. A couple days go by with no serious incidences, other than the radio in the kitchen kept going on and off. All the kids, she had 4 kids at the time there, 2 girls and 2 boys. Now, all the kids, except for the youngest, I think, she wasn't very verbal, but the other 2, the 2 boys and the oldest girl, kept telling me, describing to me what was going on. The first thing it did was, the first thing I realized it was doing, it was coming to the children as a past, not exactly a family member, but a person who had recently passed,
right,
who was very close to the family. He was coming to the children in that form to gain their trust and get a foothold into the household.
Hmm.
Well, after about 3 days, stuff got serious. It started realizing who I was or what I was, why I was there, and I assume based on what I was feeling from it, I assume it realized like who I was in relationship to the family.
Right.
Well, it immediately started attacking me.
Oh yeah.
It immediately took off and started attacking the strongest one there. Because if you can, the way they say, if you can break down the strongest one, hey, you got it made, you know?
Yeah.
So on the 4th day, the day before Thanksgiving, it tried to possess me. It tried to take control of my body and mind in ways of first trying to break me down mentally by injecting not just memories, but it was like reliving everything over and over again. It made me relive every horrible moment of my life throughout the course of those 48 years of my life. And then it started kind of telling me what it wanted me to do. And I could feel, I could feel the hatred, the everything in it that was dark. Okay. And it tried to get into my mind, and it took everything I had to fight this thing off. It wanted me to do unspeakable things to the family, including the children, and I just kind of fought it back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, leading up to all that, the kids were complaining about something touching them while they're sleeping, pulling off their covers, and stuff like that while they're sleeping. The one son would be running around the appointment just pointing out where this thing was at the time. So I tried to get photo evidence of it and video evidence of it. Couldn't pick up anything with that, but I picked up some audio. I lost that evidence. I had it in my I guess you call it, was it
Was it like an old computer?
Google Drive.
Oh.
I had it all saved on my Google Drive. Well, that got corrupted and all that got lost. I had recordings of something in the children's room near the closet area where the daughter would complain that it would be most of the time. I had audio recordings. I did audio recordings of an interview I did with her, and I did an audio recording unbeknown to her while she was sitting in the bathroom talking to somebody who wasn't there. So I took my phone. I was out in the hall just outside the door, and I recorded the conversation. I couldn't hear anything at the when I was sitting there listening to her talk to this thing. And she kept saying, no, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to. No, that's not nice. No, I can't. Stuff like that. Answering back this thing as if it was trying to convince her to do some stuff. Well, after about 5 minutes of recording her talking in the bathroom, I played it back on my audio recorder on the phone. Just the simple recorder that most phones have. And I heard a gurgling, evil type voice. It was distorted, so there was nothing really audible.
Mm-hmm.
I could hear a gurgling voice every time. Like I would hear the voice, and then I'd hear her answer. Then I'd hear the voice again, then I'd hear her answer. And it was crazy.
So in your opinion, was that entity demonic?
Yeah, very, very demonic like. Whether it was like a full-on type demon, I can't say, but it was very demonic. It's an
demonic in nature.
I read up a little bit about it. And this entity most people refer to as Red Eyes. I discovered this entity has been documented.
Is he like a black shadow figure with red eyes?
Yeah, it's a dark cloaked figure. She described him with as snaggly sharp teeth. She drew out a picture of him, as a matter of fact. And
it's weird. It's weird you said that, because I actually had something similar to that in my house. I woke up one night in a cold sweat, thinking I was having a dream of being attacked by a shadow figure in my bed after the murder house investigation. And this is the whole thing that started in my house after that one investigation.
Right.
And I woke up one night and I turned to my side, and there's this cloaked black figure with glowing red eyes.
Yes.
And then the following days, I was waking up with scratches on my throat, on my wrists, on my hands, and I caught its face actually on camera on multiple live streams, actually.
Oh, wow.
And I refused to the priest that I had exorcised my house actually said, I refuse you to send those to people in fear of it attaching to them.
Yeah, and I was getting to that. That's exactly what it does. It's an ancient, very, very ancient entity.
And that's what he said.
This thing existed long before man. Okay? Right. What they do, what their tactic is, they get into somewhere, they either come in through having a physical attachment to a certain, they physically attach themselves to a certain item or something. And when that's carried into the dwelling, that's how they get from one place to the other. They attach themselves to certain things or people. Now, the interesting thing is, it was, I think, the day after Thanksgiving. Yeah, because I left 2 days after Thanksgiving. The day after Thanksgiving, we were all just kind of sitting around hanging out. And this one particular fella came in to visit. Now, this guy, I can't describe how much of a douchebag this guy is. He's like the most negative person I've ever met in my life. Okay.
Yeah.
Now he comes in. He's there for about 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Just throwing his negativity all around. The minute he leaves, I told Tiff and the family, I was like, wow. I just felt like the weight of the world just left my shoulders. I just felt a lightness that hadn't been there the whole time I was there. I believe this thing attached itself to this guy and went home with him. Now, he lived in the same area. It was a housing district type of area, and he lived up the hill ways. The interesting part is, okay, so I leave the next day after that happens. I come back home, sitting home, and about close to a week after that, Tiffany tells me, she informs me that this dude totally freaked out, barricaded his family inside their apartment. They had to have the cops there, drag him out, and he was arrested, spent about a week or so in jail. And I'm like, yep, that had to been it, because that's their MO. They come in, they try to get into one of the adults in the family and cause chaos. That's what they want to do. They want to cause chaos and break up the family. They want to break up the happiness, because that's their goal, to make the world a miserable place. So that's what I believed happened, because the minute he left, like, everything was good. So I went home the next day. I was like, oh, it seems like it's all good here. This thing left. But yeah, that's the scariest experience I ever had. There's no experience like nearly being possessed other than being possessed.
Yeah. So knock on wood. Knock on wood. I've never been possessed in the 6 years I've been investigating. Thank God, because I have seen people get possessed, and it's no joke. It's horrifying. Like, you'll never forget your first possession, like, of watching somebody actually get possessed, and they're and this guy had been getting eaten at by the same demon that was living in the basement where all that bad shit had happened in that house.
Wow, yeah.
And we literally saw his eyes roll back into his head. He walked in front of the door to the basement. The door opened by itself, invited him down, and then he started screaming and shaking his fists at what was down there. Then he returns up the stairs. The door closes behind him, and he goes to the girls who were monitoring the computer system in the house on our team, and he goes, "Why did you bring me down there?" And I just happened to walk into the room at that moment. I'm like, "What is he talking about? You guys were here the whole time, right?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Wow.
I was like,
Wow. Yeah, I
when I
mean,
watched this whole thing unfold, I was like, holy smokes.
90% of your possessions are usually simple spirit trying to possess a body.
Yeah.
The most rare cases, it's very rare that it's an actual full-on demon. However, there are cases, obviously. They've been documented, recorded, videotaped.
Like the Emily Rose.
Like the one Lou Rock was talking about the other night. Oh boy, who it all started with his family, other members of their family being possessed and stuff. He ended up getting possessed, tried to kill his wife, ended up only like blowing a hole in her shoulder or something, and then turned the gun on himself.
Oh, Lord.
That is
demons can kill you, and that's the scary thing when you start messing around in the paranormal field.
They can take control of a physical body, and make that person do whatever they want. Yes, they can be deadly. They can kill you. It's
well documented on that too. I mean, you have like the exorcism of Emily Rose. She ended up dying, and her priest went to prison for the rest of his life for the murder of her.
Right.
That's how insidious that demon was, that it actually turned a man of God into a prisoner.
I'm going to tell you all something. I'm going to let you all in on something. All right. I'm not trying to sway anybody from having any kind of religious belief or being a part of any one type of denomination or anything like that.
Right.
But the works of I don't like calling them the devil or saying Lucifer, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The works of Lucifer is to destroy everything his father, the Almighty Creator, created.
Right. He's a deceiver. He'll pretend to be. He'll try to pretend to be God and Jesus.
Yes. He's pretended to do all kinds of, or he would send his demons to do those biddings. Okay.
Right.
Now his main goal, being that that's his main goal, the people that are most subjected to it are people of the cloth, people with a strong religious belief. I don't care what denomination it is, Catholic, Christian, Buddhist, anybody with a strong religious belief is going to be a target of demons that were created by Lucifer himself. That's his way of getting back at Dad, telling Dad, hey, F you. You want to be, you want to do all this and that and get these goody two shoes? I'll turn them back on you. I will take them. I will bring them over here to the dark side. That's what the whole war over heaven was all about.
Right.
But yeah. So, I mean, I'm not trying to discourage anybody from having a belief or anything like that. I'm just saying those are the ones who have to be more careful.
Right.
Okay.
And like as I've gotten deeper into the paranormal, I've gotten closer into religion just because of the stuff that I've seen.
Right.
And it happens to a lot of paranormal teams.
Yes.
I can't name too many paranormal groups that do not believe in God and Jesus and the Bible. Like there isn't that many.
Yeah. Well, everybody I know that's ever been in it has some sort of religious
Religion, right?
guideline that they follow. They're part of at least some kind of denomination. Me, I'm not part of any one particular. I don't claim any particular denomination. Um, I believe there's our Almighty Creator. I don't humanize them by giving them a name,
Right.
but I have the same kind of beliefs and guidelines that most other religions do. I believe in being kind to your fellow man and, not breaking the commandments and stuff, Um, you know, I'm very spiritual as opposed to being heavily religious. Okay.
Mm.
As a matter of fact, that's the first time I've ever been an actual target for any kind of entity.
Right.
I constantly have spirits here all the time. They
Right.
don't bother me. They do little kind of things to get my attention, but they've never done anything to harm me. In all the places I've ever lived, only one place I ever lived didn't seem I hate using the word haunted as well, but didn't seem active. Okay. Every place I ever lived in my whole life, the home I grew up in, very haunted. My grandparents' house, very haunted. The house my parents live here now, haunted. There's something in the basement that keeps opening the basement door all the time. It actually flips the latch.
Wow.
It opens the door. Okay. I guess according to my son just the other night, apparently it had since moved up to his room.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, I mean, and I have a lot of stories, but if you're looking for the most terrifying one,
Oh yeah, no, and that's one I can definitely relate with.
but I've been bit by an invisible dog when I was a child.
Jesus.
I've been visited by my grandparents, well, my grandfathers. I have seen one other full body apparition in my life, and that's it.
That's still
yeah.
one thing I have yet to see is a full body apparition. Like, well, I mean, I guess I did with the shadow figure, Red Eyes, but
Yeah, like he can't, like they can take on a form.
no,
Like
they aren't human.
as right, they can present themselves as the
I
spirit.
don't I don't know if that I don't
But
know if that comes as a full body apparition since technically there was no body, but I did
yeah,
see
yeah,
the essence of its evilness.
yeah. It's not. It's not exactly the same, but if you were to see Red Eyes appear to you as your grandmother, it would appear that way. It would seem like you're looking at a apparition,
Right.
not somebody imitating. This thing imitated voices. It imitated my cousin's voice.
Wow.
According to her daughter, she said sometimes when it talks to me, it sounds like mommy.
Wow.
Other times it sounds like I forget the guy's name. The person that I was referring to that passed. She said sometimes it sounds like him. Sometimes it looks like him, and it will imitate any image and any sound or voice it possibly can.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
The only person she said that it never sounded like was her dad.
Maybe it was
It
afraid of
sounded
her dad.
grandfather at times because her grandfather, my cousin's father, lived just a ways down from them. She said it would sound like she says it sounds like Papa sometimes. And I'm like, really? She goes, yeah, it sits there and talks to me in Papa's voice. I'm like, oh wow. I mean, I wish I still had those recordings. The interviews. Oh, the interviews were like crazy. I couldn't believe some of the stuff she was telling me. But yeah, that I'll tell you, that was my scariest experience in almost 50 years.
Yeah, wow. That's yeah, I mean it's no joke, man. There's some frightening moments even for us investigators. Like you just when you think you've seen it all in the paranormal field, you still get taken back occasionally.
Oh,
And I find every trip now almost something new, like, and that blows my mind. Uh like that Charman video, I was watching it and all of a sudden I get a text from one of the comments and it says check out this spot. And then I looked at it and I'm like, holy shit, it looks like an elemental fire, and it was not there at that time. Now I was doing some research behind it, and they said one of the stories was that a shaman in Native American had conjured that fire spirit to protect that area. And so one of the thoughts is that he is a fire elemental protective spirit of the woods. And he keeps the woods flourishing by once in a while setting these fires and killing off some of the dying trees so that new ones can grow.
Yeah.
So that was really, really, really interesting to read. So maybe that's what I was seeing. There's like so many myths and legends around that place. It's not even crazy.
There's so many different types of spirits and everything, all kinds of different spirit energy. You got to think every living creature on this earth, whether a plant, mineral, or
I mean, before even our time, before the times of God, before the times of Jesus in the Bible, the Native Americans were had spirits that were connected to them all the time, and for all different sorts of things, and they were known as elementals. They were earth, wind, fire, and rain.
Yep.
And they helped protect them and keep their crops and aid them on their hunts and all that stuff.
Yep. They prayed to the gods.
Yeah.
Gods. They prayed to the gods every time they make a kill, before they plunge that knife to butcher their kill. They pray to their gods and thank them every time and accept the spirit of that animal into them.
Right. I mean, it's very possible that he could have been the one setting all the wildfire. No, the ones this year were caused by the main electrical company here in California. Actually, just filed bankruptcy. It's one of the largest in the United States. It services over 20 million people, and they just went out. They just went bankrupt. PG&E. And yeah, I mean, it's bad. They got sued this year because of the faulty electrical lines in Southern California and in Northern California, and they were fined over 38 million, or no, it's $38 billion.
Wow.
For all the damages that were caused.
Our power company out here, NYSEG, New York State Electric and Gas.
Oh, okay.
They cover all of New York State. They've been sued a few times too, but nothing like that. They've had problems with their underground lines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A person was actually out walking their dog in their yard and was electrocuted because one of the underground cables, the insulation had worn off or something.
Oh, Jesus.
Good ground. I mean, these things are almost like 10 feet down. But the minute it touches anything, and if there's any moisture in the dirt or anything, that electricity has nowhere to go but
up and out.
First thing.
Yeah, especially if she was barefoot or did not have the proper insulation on her feet, that would have just gone right through her, especially if the ground was wet.
The dog was killed. She felt a jolt and
wow.
Hospitalized. She was in intensive care, and the dog, I guess, just that was it. As soon as they stepped off the sidewalk into the grassy area.
Oh, Jesus.
There must have been dew on the ground or something, they said. And
yeah, smart meters. Yeah, those meters exist for a reason.
Yeah.
But
hey, I don't know if you got anybody else
Yeah, so does anybody else want to come up and share their scariest stories? Let me know and send me your email, and I'll send you a link for Google Hangouts. And definitely make sure that I bring you up to share your stories. I definitely like to hear some new people, and I know a lot of people even outside of the paranormal community, and I know there's a lot of communities that come and visit this channel through all the support and networking. I know a lot of people do believe in this stuff. So if you want to share any, maybe even you're skeptical, but you still had an experience that you just can't quite understand, love to hear it.
Oh yeah, I love hearing those stories. You know.
Oh yeah.
Just the regular, civilian. You know, if you're on the fence or a non-believer or whatever, and something happened. Well, I love hearing those stories. Like, oh yeah,
like I have like a
fell off the floor or fell onto the floor. Like,
I have a friend that's extremely skeptical, and so I took him to one of the most haunted cemeteries in the area, and I took him to Adelaide, which is one of the most haunted cemeteries I've been to so far here in California. And when we were there, I placed my meter right on top of one of the graves, like halfway through, and it just started lighting up like a Christmas tree. I'm like, explain that to me, why that's happening. And he couldn't. He even went as far as saying, do you have a tool to unhook the battery and put a new one in? I put a new one in when we got back to the car, and we went right back, did the same thing. And he was just like, dude, I can't explain it.
Yeah. Yep.
And then the second part is when I sent him the picture of the hanging man in the tree. It was a black shadow figure, and it's hunched over, but its feet are probably 6 feet off the ground, and it looks like this black shadow figure is hanging in the tree. He couldn't explain that one either. And we were there. We were looking through the woods.
I had an experience like that too. It was, I think, 2008. I had just been reacquainted with an old flame from years ago, and I was up at her place, and I was outside smoking, and I turned around to flick my butt and go back in, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw something over by her parents' house because her parents' trailer was next door to theirs. There was this large weeping willow tree with a old swing set under it, and I happened to look, and at first, I just thought it was my imagination because you know how weeping willows look, they can play tricks on you. And I had to give it a second look, and I swear I saw somebody hanging in that tree. So I'm on my way in, and she realized that I've been out there for a while. So she comes out to see what's going on. I was like, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to scare you or worry you, but I swear I just saw an image of somebody hanging in that tree in your parents' yard.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked at me and her eyes got wide and was like, are you serious? I go, yeah, just like 2 minutes ago. And she told me the story about one of her sister's boyfriends when they were younger or in their late teens, early 20s. One of her boyfriends was trying to play a gag on them. And he was supposed to simulate a hanging to play a joke on him. Well, the joke went wrong, and he ended up really hanging himself. Yeah,
so,
I mean, it wasn't suicide or anything like that. It was just a gag gone wrong.
So I just learned about how I knew this town had some really dark history. I just didn't know how bad it was until I opened up I looked something up because I was talking to one of my friends at the historical society here. And sometimes he'll slip up like key phrases and words because he I guess is not supposed to say which places are haunted. Right. He said, check out what was it? Tiger Alley or something, or Tiger Street, and forgot what it was. But anyway, so I put it in, and immediately it said, woman in trunk found decomposing underneath the old Andrews Hotel. Now,
Oh,
I wasn't really familiar with the Andrews Hotel, so I looked that up. And the Andrews Hotel is now where this new high-class bar and grill just got put into our area right next to the courthouse. At the courthouse, there was a man who was fleeing persecution and jumped out the third-story window to his death. And right behind there is the San Luis Obispo Creek, and they hung men right there and at the nearby at the Spanish Mission, and they were anarchist groups that hung people who did not believe in what they believed in.
yeah, I heard about the Spanish Mission.
And well, there's all the Spanish missions here are haunted, all 21 of them. But I did not realize that they had hung like 20 people at the Mission Plaza here in San Luis Obispo. And the woman in the trunk was found underneath the stairs of the Andrews Hotel. And only 2 weeks later, the building burned to the ground.
Wow.
And yeah, it was
2 weeks after she was discovered.
Huh?
You said it was 2 weeks after she was discovered. The place burned down.
The place burned down. It was a faulty lining in the fireplace caused something.
It was her spirit keeping it from happening.
Maybe. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, I discovered all this crazy shit about this town. And this is just my town. I also discovered every other town's little mysteries going up and down San Luis Obispo County. There is so much crappy shit that happened in this area. I had no freaking idea of how bad the history is in here in Central California.
I wish Rock could get up here and tell his story. I love the story that he has with. I mean, I don't want to get into the story. I'd like him to, but he's told me a story. I think he's told it a few times live as well.
Who was this?
Lou Rock.
Oh yeah,
Lou Rock. I wish he'd come up. I know I saw you in here earlier.
I know Lou Rock was in here earlier. I don't know what happened to him.
Here somewhere.
Maybe he's lurking. But yeah. So like I'm gonna see if I can get in contact with that bar and grill owner and see if I could possibly. She might even not know about the history. Maybe I probably shouldn't tell her. But I got her contact information from the city, and yeah, like underneath the back porch, the maid was cleaning the place and smelled a foul smell, and police came and they ripped up the stairs and they found her body in a trunk. Her husband ended up murdering her, and then a few weeks later, he was captured by the vigilantes and hung in the Mission.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
wow.
So
Great.
Like I read about that. She was originally from Turkey, and this was I found a newspaper clipping in the San Luis Obispo archives from 1914 or 1914 about her life, and also a newspaper clipping about the day the murders happened.
Oh, that's cool.
So I have like all this crazy information.
I wonder if I could get a read off those, if I could actually physically touch those.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I wanna find some more stuff because there's definitely some more stuff that's occurring that I want to find out. And I think I got to do another night investigation at the Mission, because the Mission Plaza, I didn't know there were so many hangings and lynchings and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't just the vigilantes; it was also lawmen that hung the prisoners from the gallows at the Spanish Mission, because at the time the Spanish Mission was the church, the courthouse, and it was the gallows.
The Pinkertons were big out there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they did a lot of that. They were doing a lot of vigilante type shit rather than, because like they track somebody so far and they're like, oh, well, it's too fucking far to drag this guy. Let's just lynch him here. I'm telling you, the Pinkertons did a lot more freaking vigilante shit than they did arresting and shit like that. I did a I did a research on the Pinkertons one time because I was going to go work for that security company when I lived in Ithaca. So I was looking it up, and I came across like when the Pinkerton company actually started. It started out with two brothers, and they just started a private investigation business. And as things went on, you know, they started getting people in with their business and stuff. Yeah. And it wasn't exactly, I mean, it wasn't specifically the brothers that were going off canter and all that. It was, they got so many people involved, and not a lot of them were following the rules. So under the name of the Pinkertons, they were just lynching people for, you know, without trial and shit.
And about 30 miles away, we found a abandoned ranch with its own private cemetery on the ranch. The whole family died of like scarlet fever and like tuberculosis, and they just pretty much left it. It still exists to this day. The ranch house is like 200 years old. And so I need to map it out. It looks, I find weird shit on Google Earth all the time. Like I was just randomly looking through the hills and the valleys surrounding this area, and I found this property, and it's completely abandoned. I looked up the property records for the area, and it still is not it's not publicly owned or privately owned. It's owned by the city. And so I might be trying to make a trip out there. Plus, I found another place out in Bakersfield, California, abandoned ghost town. And then I found another ghost town about an hour and a half north of that into the mountains, where all these houses and cars are all abandoned. Nobody lives there, I think, for like except for like a very few amount of people. But all these cars have been left there since 1960, 1970. There's all these cars in junkyards and abandoned lots and houses that were just left to
display too.
Huh?
Whole town just deserted.
Oh yeah.
Like the only thing that was standing at the last I heard was the fire station with an old 1950s fire truck still in the bay, you know. And there used to be homes. I don't know if they tore it all down by now, but there used to be like homes. The street into town was like barred off, like barricaded off with like one of those large things. But people would sneak in there anyway. And
right. I mean, it was very, very interesting. I got to make a trip out there. This place is called Johannesburg.
Dude, I got to make a trip out there.
I know, dude. Seriously.
Dude, if I had known you in, what was it, 06 or 07, I went out to visit my brother when he was living out there in San Francisco, man. If I had known you then when I was visiting San Francisco,
oh yeah,
I'd have been there in a heartbeat.
I mean, I've pretty much only started scratching the surface of this county and Kern County. I'd eventually like to do. I know there's another ghost town in it's an abandoned ghost town, and it's called Calico. It's in San Bernardino. It's about 6 hours from here. But I really want to check that place out. And then the big one, Brody is the most haunted ghost town in California, and it's crazy looking.
Name sounds familiar.
Yeah, Brody's one of the most famous abandoned towns in California.
County, or is it a city?
It's if you look up Brody Ghost Town, California, it'll pop up immediately. It's one of the most haunted spots in California, and it's situated. I think it's 2 hours east. It's right on the Nevada-California border near Lake Mono. And actually, interesting thing about the Lake Mono area is the whole basin of Lake Mono is a super volcano in California that hasn't gone off since, 755,000 years?
Oh, wow.
And I just discovered that, too, looking up that area. I was just like...
I've been asking them that question since the day I met them.
There's one in Fremont, Ghost Town, sinking in the bay. What? Oh, that's cool.
Have you thought of visiting any other states?
Oh yes. So I think this year we're gonna the two states. Well, I think we actually might hit three, but I know the main two states we're gonna hit is Nevada and Arizona. I think this year it's pretty much gonna stay West Coast. We might be in the talks of going out to Massachusetts to meet up with Lou, but
Dude,
it all depends on our finances.
just FYI, I'm right before Massachusetts, bro.
Well, we would be flying most likely. We would be most likely flying into Mass. I mean, if I had the chance, I would love to drive down and meet all the people in Ohio, New York, Pennsylvania. Meet up with Billy from PSPR.
First goal, try to get out there to visit Mama Rock and Lou Rock.
Yeah, I want to visit Mama and Lou.
Would be to go see Ghost Mafia in Ohio.
Ghost Mafia. I want to see Billy from PSPR in Erie, Pennsylvania. Michigander Man, obviously. I would love to go see Michigander Man.
Talking about coming here.
Love to go meet up with Patty and Omar from the G Team and Omar Gosh Vlogs.
Yeah.
Because I talk to Patty, not all the time, but I talk to her a lot on as much as when she has free time. Most of the time we'll like talk about locations and stuff. And she's like, well, if you're ever down in Florida, hit me up. I was like, all right.
People, man, I'd love to meet her. I just know it's a pipe dream at this point. You know, I'm thinking more along the lines of the people that are like more accessible. Like I can shoot down to P anytime. I can shoot over to Ohio or over to Massachusetts. You know, if I had the money for the bus ticket, those are the easiest places for me to get to.
Well, hell, my dad lives in Georgia, so anytime I'm down there, I'm going to do a southern tour. I would love to go back to New Orleans. I would love to go to Florida. I'd love to go back to North Carolina. North Carolina's got some spots. Let's just put it that way.
What area of Georgia does he live in? I went to basic training in Fort Benning, which is in.
Okay, my dad lives in Albany, which is about hour and a half from Columbus.
Yep.
I get Fort Benning, Georgia is like somewhere in the Columbus area and just on the border of Alabama and Georgia. And my dad works at the logistics base in Albany.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Probably met him. I didn't even know it.
Probably. But yeah, my dad's a computer analyst, but he works a lot more in Quantico, Virginia. He splits his time between Quantico and Albany.
Yeah.
But driving from Ontario, Canada to Florida gonna be a long drive. Holy shit, that is a long drive.
Who's going from Ontario?
Earth Angel.
Oh, really? You're in Ontario? Cool.
Wow. Ontario to Florida. Now that's a hell of a drive. I drove all the way from California to North Carolina. That was long for me.
Yeah, the first time my brother came out here, when he moved from here to California, him, my cousin, and I think my son went with him that time. They actually drove, and they drove a freaking 24-foot U-Haul from New York to San Francisco, California. Like, wow.
That's what my grandpa did. My grandpa came out to California in 1952 in a 1941 Ford with his buddy and drove all the way from Syracuse all the way to Los Angeles.
That's a hike in one of them beasts.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I could not imagine because he was like, oh yeah, we drove through Death Valley. My buddy came up with this thing where he put this like cylinder in the window and filled it with dry ice, and that was our air conditioning.
Wow. Yeah.
Jesus.
My dad would tell me about little tricks like that.
Oh yeah.
AC wasn't a thing back then. They did
No,
it.
my dad drives a 1957 Bel Air on the weekends in Georgia. Now, if you know something about the 1957 Bel Air, there's no freaking air conditioning in that. And being in the Georgia heat and that heat and humidity, it's like sitting in a hot sauna.
Yeah.
I mean, that car is brutal. I just start sweating.
Yeah.
Huh?
You got what? Over 20 some odd people in here right now? Somebody's got it.
This moment, I got about 17 people in here. Guys, if you have a story that you want to share, please let me know, and I will bring somebody up. If you guys want to come up, or if you just want to hear me and Boomer shoot the shit on the paranormal, that's cool too.
Yeah, I'm a host. I don't care. Everybody calls me a what is this thing called again? Panel. Everybody calls me the panel horror anyway. So
good to see you, sharpshooter. I know. I would love to go back to Texas too and see James the sharpshooter. And
oh yeah, I forgot about James. Sorry, brother. Sorry. I do plan on one of these days getting to Texas.
no, seriously, I would love to come and see you, James. It would be my honor to come and meet you, bro. I miss Texas anyway. That might give me an excuse to
go there and get back some sarsaparillas.
Because if we go to Texas, we could go do the Legend of the Goat Man that Ghost Adventures did.
Oh yeah, well, there's a Goatman legend in Indiana as well.
Yeah, but the Goatman Bridge is in Texas. It's
actually they call him Goat Boy in Indiana. It's Goat,
okay.
But
I'll go and hide. yeah. I'll go hide. Well, come on, James. You wouldn't want to go see the Goat Man? No, there's also in Austin, there's this place. That was actually my first paranormal experience before I even started experiencing the paranormal. I was only 14 years old. My grandparents took me to this place. We were visiting friends in Austin, and we lived 50 miles outside of the city growing up. And we went to this place that was an old Confederate, like, hall / restaurant / ballroom. This place was called the Mansion, and it was at one time a house, but during the Confederacy it became a place to stay for soldiers.
Yeah,
it became a hotel later on through the road. And the Confederate governor of Texas during the time of the Confederacy was staying there with his wife and some other military officials, and they were on the top floor. His daughter was playing with a ball, and she dropped it down the stairs and went to chase it in the dark, and she ended up falling down the stairs and breaking her neck.
Oh, God.
And so every night at around midnight, you can hear giggling and the sound of a ball dropping down the stairway. Dude, It was eerie and creepy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you actually hear it yourself then?
Huh?
Did you actually hear it yourself?
Oh, yeah. I heard it. I heard the giggling, and I looked around. There was nobody there.
This wasn't on a recorded device or anything?
No. This was when I was 14. This is even before I started believing in the paranormal. I was still very, very skeptical of that stuff.
I mean, I hear giggling all the time around here for some reason.
Oh, yeah. Now I hear it all the time, too, now.
Why it is or where it's from or who it is, I haven't really picked up on any young children.
Cuddly Kathy is in the Dallas Fort Worth.
I'll hear a giggle.
Huh. Cuddly Kathy is in the Fort Worth area.
Earth
Angel, Wonder Pup Adventure said he's in the McDowell, North Carolina, near Old Fort. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to make another trip out to North Carolina. North Carolina and Tennessee. I'd love to go to Gatlinburg. I'd love to go to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Gettysburg is another one on my bucket list. Find the app that I use. His first investigation was at Gettysburg.
Oh yeah,
and he brought back home with him a spirit from Gettysburg who actually was involved in the creation of the app.
Oh, wow.
He used several different spirits that he has in his home to help him develop these apps, to test these apps on.
Jeez. That's awesome.
Yeah, this guy, same kind of experience most people start out with. He heard something over his TV when he was younger. When he was a child, a bunch of crap kept coming in his home, and he made his first EVP machine out of an old tube radio and tube TV and stuff. And then from there, he just like blew up with creating apps and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, Little Pixie Fam said she is 30 minutes from Gettysburg. You're lucky.
Wow.
I'm jealous.
I'm mad at you.
I know. I'm like, I wish I could go to Gettysburg. That's awesome.
I mean, I'm good. I'm like, what, 4 hours away?
Yeah, I mean, that's not
on the PA border. You know,
I'm like 40 hours away.
Yeah, well, flight probably about 8. I think
it'd be about 7.5 hours.
Yeah, we was on an 8-hour flight when we went to San Francisco. But
well, maybe we could meet up with Lou at Gettysburg. Just like Gettysburg sounds so legit. I would love to like work with James.
That's the first thing on my damn list, man, is hooking up with Lou again and actually doing some actual investigating with Lou. I mean, we didn't have much of a chance to do anything when he came out here because the weather just, I mean, out of nowhere, it just dumped on us. Like, it knew Lou was coming, and then just like, because 2 hours before he headed out, it was like green pastures out here, you know? And then like 2 hours into his drive, I started noticing the snow here. By the time he got here, we had a foot of snow.
So I finally figured out where the phase rug tunnels are here in California.
I'm surprised you ain't been there already.
I know. I just found out where it was. So I'm definitely going to be making a trip there when we go and visit the Whaley house.
Yeah.
It's freezing in this house.
Savage there. Noah Savage, I think recently posted I think he was at the phase tunnels.
Really?
I remember. I think he posted a video of them going to.
Well, did Noah? I thought Noah took down his new channel.
Not his new one. Not Noah Savage.
Okay.
Really new. He's starting over again. He made a video about how he's starting all over again.
Oh, yeah. I see it right here. That's awesome.
So that's one thing I want to do is like the first thing I want to do is like I want to get out to Massachusetts, hook up with Lou Rock, Mama Rock, and I'm hoping I'm hoping because Noah said this summer he's coming out this way, and he wants to hook up with me and Lou, and I'd like to get Fluffy. You know, I like the four of us, me, Lou, Noah, and Fluffy, to go out and do like this fucking banger fucking investigation.
Yeah.
Lou's got all the hot spots, man. Like all I have here that I know of right now that is
like where he lives is like a paranormal wonderland.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
We've got a few certain locations. We have definitely some hot spots because this used to be like I actually might even be able to get into what used to be the old brothel here by the train station that was actually a KKK hideout. And when the Klan actually took position in where was it? Yeah, they took position here from Bakersfield, California, and it was a southern group of the Klan that parked themselves here in California. It was bad history.
Yeah. Well, we all have a bit of that.
Oh yeah.
even as a kid growing up in this area and Waverly area, which is very close to what they call East Waverly. It's actually part of Pennsylvania, but they call it East Waverly. In those areas there, I mean, where we grew up, where I grew up in Ithaca, and my cousins grew up in Waverly, and I'll tell you, KKK was like a freaking like mainstream thing down there, and yeah.
Belinda Ostrom says, I live close to Boomer.
Yeah, she did. She actually lives in the same town I used to live in when I was stationed at home.
Huh. Astoria is a huge hot spot as well. Astoria, is that Oregon?
Astoria. I've heard of Astoria.
I'm guessing that's probably Oregon. All right, Kim Fitzgerald, have a good rest of your night. Thank you so much for coming by.
Have a good night, Kim.
Pretty small.
I really wish, like, we've been on here, what, almost an hour? I really wish somebody else would come up and tell us.
I know. It just seems like the amount of people in here kind of died off. There's
it almost seems like I've told all of mine. Like, I feel like everybody's already heard them all.
Yeah, people have probably heard most of my stories too. But at least everybody here, everybody who's chatting pretty much has a blue wrench. So yeah, they've obviously been on my channel for a long time. But yeah. Oh, you live close to Princess Mel, Canada. That's awesome.
Oh, okay. That's
yeah. Doesn't Mosargi live in that area too?
I think Mosargi is closer to
where JoJo lives.
No, I think he's further west. I think he's in if I remember, I think he's in. Hey, there's Lou.
There's Lou.
I have stories, but they're all made up. Yeah, we're trying to get you up here, bro.
Hey, Lou, do you want to invite? Spice things up a little bit. We're kind of just shooting the shit and talking about paranormal locations. If you want an invite, yeah, most Archie's in Canada. I'm just not 100% sure what part of Canada he's in.
Close to me.
Did you see that freaking new SUV that he just bought his wife? Holy smoke!
Yeah, yeah.
He just bought that brand new BMW. All right, Lou wants to come.
You got him on FB?
Yeah, I got him on Facebook. Hell, I have his. Never mind.
Yeah, I do too.
I got his phone number too. But
I have the date of his first kiss.
That's funny. Oh my gosh.
It was 1975. I was 2 years old. The girl in the trailer next door run up and kissed me on the cheek.
Oh my gosh. Come on, where's Lou Rock's chat? There we
go. Yeah, Lou and I don't get to talk as much lately.
Come on, Lou. There we go. And sent.
What's not Lou? You're not Lou?
Boomer knows my birth name. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, no, that's cool.
Our secret. Don't worry.
I'm not that secretive. My name is really John. Well, actually, my name is Jonathan, but...
My name is really John. Yeah, I mean, who picks John as an alias unless it comes with Smith? You know what I mean?
Or Doe. John Doe.
Oh. Well, I hope the hell you're not a John Doe.
Right?
You've been sitting here talking to a damn ghost this whole time, people.
Right? It's all a part of your imagination. That's funny. But no, I don't know. I never really had like any cool nicknames or any like.
Seriously, we're gonna have to give you a nickname then.
Huh?
We're gonna have to give you a nickname.
Probably.
How about Johnny on the Spot?
I really hate the name Johnny. I don't know why, and I think it's because my grandmother ruined that name for me permanently.
Lou. Then you can be in the same predicament. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Lou John and you, Lou, pretend you're from Australia and he's from America.
Good day, mate.
To the John or to the Lou?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I'm just messing. I love my brother Lou.
Yeah, I wish I had a cool stage name like Lou Rock.
Life and limb just to come cheer me up. I know John wouldn't do that.
Let's see. Lou, I did send you the invite on Facebook. But yeah, so it's like I'm trying to find some other haunted locations in my area, but I'm starting to get tapped out. I keep getting invited to go to the Elman house over and over and over again. Because David Oman and I talked a lot. He owns the house 40 yards away from where the Charles Manson murders happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's like this rich, eccentric millionaire guy. He's cool as shit. He's fun to hang out with. But his house is stupidly haunted. We went there, what was it, 2 weeks ago? I almost passed out because of the amount of energy in his house.
Oh, wow. I probably could not go in there.
Oh, dude, it was messing with me the entire time.
I would probably go stir crazy.
Oh, yeah. Put my real name on there again. Wait, what? John, you put my real name on there again. What? I did? On the Patreon list? Oh, yeah, I did.
Wow, John.
Shit fire. Well, you know why? It's because I need to set it in my auto settings so when it creates that template for all the live streams, it shit fire. I need to. Hey Lou, how you doing?
Huh?
How you doing, Lou?
Are we live? Oh, I'm hearing voices. Hearing voices again.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, buddy. What's going on?
Lou, I am your father.
Hello?
Lou, yes, we can
Guys,
hear you.
can you hear me?
Yes, Lou, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
I don't know what's going on here. Guys, if you can hear me, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, we can hear you loudly and clearly.
That stupid freaking thing. I don't even like this guy. What the hell am I doing on this show?
Oh my gosh.
What a jerk.
Oh man. It's good.
I'm such a jerk. I can hear you. I'm busting chops.
I know. He always does.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
Horrible. Horrible.
Oh, why is that?
No, I'm just playing.
Oh.
Well, shit fire.
Oh shit fire. Oh my god.
So what was this? This was the spooky story one?
Yeah.
I don't have many spooky stories.
Come on, all those places that you live next to, it's got to be pretty spooky.
No, it's 100% not spooky.
It's all make believe.
Yeah, no, the spookiest story I got is the time I brushed my teeth with Preparation H.
So you got a whole mouthful of ass cream?
You never heard that story?
He was eating dinner through a straw for a week.
Now, what happened was I was younger. I went in the bathroom and I squeezed some toothpaste onto my toothbrush and I just started going to town, you know? And I'm like, man, this freaking toothpaste, it tastes really nasty.
Oh,
and I called my mom and I'm like, Mom, what's wrong with her? I think the toothpaste went bad. She comes in the bathroom. She grabs the toothpaste. She starts dying laughing. She's like, this isn't toothpaste. This is my hemorrhoid cream.
Oh.
And the bad part is it was my mom's hemorrhoid cream.
Oh.
And On top of that is it wasn't even like a new bottle. It was like a half open bottle that's been squeezed up to the top and got a couple hairs on the end of it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty gross.
Okay, that beats being possessed right there.
That's my spooky story.
Well, welcome, Spirit Box Paranormal. Welcome to the intro to that one. Well, way to scare off the new people. Just playing. Little Meadow, how's it going?
Is your K2 on?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Why?
I was just wondering if that white light.
They have not been touching that meter at all lately. It's strange.
You need to set it up by your bed. That's where she likes to hang out and watch you sleep.
Yeah. Well, I don't sleep in this room. You couldn't catch me sleeping in this room at all.
Was that your bedroom?
No, this is my studio, but there's a guest bed for when family stays.
Stick them in the haunted room.
Stick them in the haunted room. That's
I don't say anything.
Room.
I don't say nothing.
John's like, yeah, you could come stay at my house. I got a perfect room picked right out.
Here is when I'm here by myself, the spirits follow me from room to room. At least the main spirit does. Janet, she follows me from room to room. She'll move from this room to my bedroom.
Janet, you need to leave him alone.
Yeah, she's a little bit possessive. She's not as bad as she used to be.
We had a ghost in my last house that was the mother of the owner of the building, and she was nice.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time, Janet's really nice.
For the most part, spirits are just, kind of hanging around because they don't think they have anywhere else to go.
Do all ghost hunters smoke? Are we all on edge? LOL. Just kidding. But it doesn't make sense. Where's my cigarettes?
Here's the deal. You'll notice that most paranormal people develop panic disorders.
Yep.
Yes.
And that's not even a joke. That's like real.
Oh yeah.
I never suffered from panic in my entire life until I started dwelling in this stuff.
Hey, Colleen Channel. Yeah, it's no joke. Like, I've developed more of an anxiety attack thing since I started really diving into it about 2 years ago. Oh man, I've almost considered like going back on medication.
Another thing is you get addicted to the rush of doing it. You get addicted to the rush of getting scared.
Yep.
Oh yeah. And like nothing says scary like being in a haunted cemetery at like 2 a.m. It's like it freaks you out, like especially when there's like shadow figures and things running at you or running away from you, and you catch glimpses of stuff. Like it gets your heart racing.
I got the Connect system going again. I can't wait to get out there and use that.
Hey, Lori Marty, how's it going? But
so Boomer, warm weather's coming, buddy.
Hopefully it snowed today, and we had some hail just about a couple hours ago. So hopefully it starts getting even better. So
it was actually my buddy Murad said it's snowing like hell in Las Vegas right now.
Oh yeah,
I'm just excited that it's almost over.
Yeah, it's still like crazy in downtown Las Vegas right now.
We're gonna actually do some shit this year.
I wish we would get some snow.
This summer is going to be a busy summer for me.
Yeah, it's going to be busy for me too. I'm going to be doing a lot of exploring, hopefully.
I'll get a car too. I have no idea what's coming my way this summer. I'm just hoping it's going to be busy.
Oh, they're saying that there is a chance of snow in the town just to the north of us. Huh. Cool. That would be awesome. Slight chance of a snow shower.
Definitely love to have a connect system.
Is that I think my friend just joined. Is that Little Meadows, my friend?
Oh, okay.
Hey, Little Meadow, what's
Little
up?
Meadows, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining.
We were actually just chatting on Twitter before I jumped in here.
Oh, cool.
They have an active channel. I'll go ahead and check them out.
Yeah, me too.
Show some love.
I'm not sure. We're just friends on Twitter and stuff.
See?
Little Meadow, do you have a channel? Let's check. Why not?
Check it out.
Why not?
Computer will allow it.
Oh, bro, I just hit 14,000, bro.
I know, I saw that, dude. You hit 14,000 earlier today. Holy
I'm
fuck.
going to be subscriber number 6 for Metal.
I'm number 7.
I actually beat you to it.
And she follows all the people I like. She's got Chelsea Luna on here. That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
I do nothing really on there, just a few videos of my crazy cat.
You don't have to follow me back or anything. I just,
Well, we got people that are like, they're like professional fams. Like, a lot of people that just have, like the sharpshooter. Look at him. He's a professional moderator.
Oh, yeah. And like Kim Fitzgerald, Rock Fam, Kyoko. Well, Kyoko's got some stuff. Gino's Bizarro Ghost is another one who's very.
I think Kyoko just has like videos.
Kyoko is original. Kyoko is definitely original Rock Fams.
Oh yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
She's been there from the start too.
Yep. She was one of my first too.
Oh, boomer.
But yeah, Blue, I don't know if you were listening earlier, but I just like uncovered like a whole new envelope of stuff that happened in this town.
I seen the burning clip. That was cool.
Yeah, so that was cool. That was interesting. That area actually has 5 ghosts. The Charman, who's the main spirit who haunts the area. Now it's under interpretation whether it's an elemental Native American spirit that haunts that area and terrorizes the people to stay out, or if it's the spirit of a man who burned in the 1948 wildfire. And he's said to have went crazy and he attacks people, and then he carried that to his death.
Whoa.
But yeah, so that was really interesting that we caught that fire going on there. And
based on the image that I saw in that clip, I would say it was an elemental.
That's what I'm starting to think, is it's an elemental spirit.
Yeah, I mean, if it was human spirit, like they don't manifest in that manner.
Right.
Human spirits usually manifest using whatever energies around them to, and it's more, it's like I've never seen any kind of spirit on any other show or anything that manifests in that type of manner. I would say it was elemental. For one, when I saw, I didn't pick up anything on it. I would sense the energy of it, and that usually tells me if it's a human spirit or not, because I can only pick up on like living creature spirits. Elementals were never a living creature.
No.
They're the spirit energy of the elements around us. I don't pick up on those things. I pick up on like humans, animals, and things like that.
Right.
But
yeah, that was really interesting. But Lou, I actually uncovered that there was a woman who was found in a trunk in 1941 here in San Luis Obispo, in the town where I live, underneath the steps of a old hotel that actually burned down 2 weeks later after that incident. That hotel was only up for, I think it was 9 months in total, and it was this grand, huge hotel called the Andrews Hotel in Slow. And I'll try to pull up a quick picture on my phone what it used to look like. It was amazing looking hotel.
I gotta make sure I got Belinda's bell rung.
You can ring my bell.
Because I did not see a notification for you earlier, Belinda, so I think they unrung your bell.
They actually like have a video on the local news about this place, and they actually had video footage of it burning down. And now the building that's in place of it is a restaurant and bar. But a woman was found underneath the steps, the front steps of the hotel, buried in a trunk. And she was decapitated and dismembered and stuck into the trunk by her husband, who was hung just a few weeks later down by the Mission. So I'm like, dude, there's got to be some paranormal activity in that spot.
Hey, can you put me on presenting for a second?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I got to get one of these SLS cameras.
What up?
Yeah, so guys, this is one of the SLS cameras. It measures movement just like the because it is the Xbox Connect.
Presented on here.
Here's the deal. The only light in this room right now is the light from my computer screen. So it's an infrared camera. So it could be completely black in here, and you'll still see me.
That's so awesome.
I love this camera. The thing about this camera
setting
is when it comes to the paranormal, I really think there's a lot of validation in it, because as you see right now, there's not a miracle happening. It doesn't happen every single time you turn on. In fact, I used this camera for over a year and only got like 4 real like catches on it. So it really validates to me that it works. It's really cool.
I was hanging out with Kelsey Davies at the Omen House, and we grabbed the SLS camera with Tammy and some of the other people that were there. And I forgot who. I had the SLS in my hand and I was filming, and all of a sudden the spirit started dancing on top of somebody else's head.
Yep.
Oh, I've seen that happen before too. That shit's
so crazy. And then actually the spirit started having sex in that room.
Jeez,
it totally looked like the spirit was giving the other spirit a blowjob. I kid you not.
All right. We just crossed the line here.
Well, that could just displaced energy. Like sometimes they just don't know how to like
pass the time.
Hey, you could turn me off of
they like
turn me off. I just wanted to show everybody this.
Where each other are a lot of times, and they'll like literally like cross to each other and all kinds of crap.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can totally ask Kelsey Davies. She's been there multiple times when the spirits have had sex on the cameras.
Oh, seriously? So it is.
So this happens all the time, huh?
It happens all the time in that room.
That's crazy.
I'm like, geez, that is so wild. David Oman has caught it like multiple times in his house.
What I like about this is it's 3D.
Oh, wow. That's badass.
Thermal view, man. That shit's awesome.
He also had a thermal cam, and that thing was going off, showing a massive cold spot in the room where the piano started to play by itself. That was crazy.
Wow, that's cool. I had my app open earlier tonight. Nobody was cooperating.
Yeah, I don't use the app in my house anymore.
Just all I have for now.
I want to see if something will pop up in my room here.
I'm supposed to be getting that SB7 here pretty soon.
If there's any spirits in here, show yourself on my camera.
Irish whiskey.
What's going on, Greg? How you doing, buddy?
Where's the whiskey?
Yeah, I'm gonna get this thing out into the field in the next couple of days. It's been months since I've had it working.
That is so cool.
I remember time he ever did one.
Sometimes it'll look like you're doing something funny with your hands, but that's just because the stick figures kind of jump around a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not actually playing with my microphone under the table there.
It takes a little while for all the for the device to recalculate and all that and everything. That's why, like, if Lou was to get up, leave, and then come back, most likely his color will change because that system has to recalibrate.
Well, I found out the color actually has to do with how close you are to the camera.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Yep, the color is how close or far away you are from the camera.
Oh, okay. Because I only noticed it like anytime you moved from one area and then came back.
That is so cool.
Let's see if I spin around. Oh no! I just almost knocked everything over.
I wonder if I could get little Danny down there to dance with you.
Listen, keep little Danny out of here because he's a mischief. That one.
He likes chasing the cat.
And he likes messing with you for days afterwards.
Oh, is he like a mischievous spirit?
No, he's just a little kid that he's one of Boomer's spirits that's came to him. The thing is,
one of the boys that I helped a friend cross over.
Yeah, but last time he was, he told him to come over here and come through my spirit box, or I forgot what Boomer asked him to do over here. For like
over your flashlight.
Yeah, for like 2 or 3 days after that, things are. Oh, I just seen an orb go by. Oh, another orb just went by.
I saw that one.
This thing picks up orbs like crazy, dude. It's awesome.
Wow.
But
cool.
Yeah, for like 2 or 3 days after, things are moving. And it was scaring me. And I'm like, Boomer, can you tell him to like go back to your house because it's starting to freak me out.
Oh God!
Did you see those orbs?
He actually's never come here, and I don't know why. As far as I know, none of them have projected over here. And I think Danny's the only one that's ever actually gone to Lou as well.
This thing picks up really good orbs.
Diane G says she's seen either Danny or Andy, one of them.
I have the spirit I have in my house. Her name is Janet. She's like a middle-aged woman. She died actually right here. If I can focus this.
I mean, I don't make it a thing
right here in this door.
But Janet's a bitch.
You see how my hand
she's
is
very
red?
friendly to me. She has never done anything, but I know when I bring something home with me, she almost disappears. She doesn't make contact with me. And when I came back from the Omen house, I got an EVP, a Class A on my recorder. It says, "I'm hiding."
Oh, wow.
I've gotten that EVP, the same EVP. I'm hiding in like a kid's
I'm trying to taunt her so we could get her to like do something.
And Janet is hiding from Gwendolyn, a little girl that I brought back here from the Omen house, who was haunting or something that was calling itself Gwendolyn. And yeah, I mean, it was kind of freaky. My meter was going off to red like nonstop, and David Omen's just like, "Send her back." I was like, okay. So I was like, Gwendolyn, you need to leave my house. Since then, my meter hasn't been moving, nothing.
Yeah. For the most part, they're pretty, willing to accept your commands or your wishes, especially the younger ones, because there's when they pass, like they're still under that child mentality that they know an adult is instructing them to do something, and if they're that type of child while they're alive, where they listen to everything mommy and daddy said, they'll do it. Every once in a while you come across the stubborn little brats that just want to hang around and mess with you. That's how Danny was when he was at Chris's place. He wasn't going to leave until Andy already left, and he started missing Andy, and finally convinced him to cross over.
Right.
But every once in a while, you get that stubborn little brat who just is, strong-willed and wants to mess with you.
Yep. A lot of
I want
those
to see a
spirits just like
ghost,
to
man.
mess with you and have fun. I think it gets pretty lonely, like being earthbound.
Yep.
And so they like to, and I think some of them eventually just get so sick of being earthbound that they end up like getting resentful at the living too.
Yes.
And
Yep.
I've noticed that like through my years of investigating. And I can sincerely say that about that cemetery in over by my house. There are some
Right.
spirits there that are very angry that there's living people around there walking, and they feel very threatened when I come in there and investigate because I've been chased by something in that cemetery, a black shadow figure that goes by the name of Sarah, and she is
Sarah.
bad.
I've got a Sarah here somewhere, but she hasn't been too active or uh,
Yeah,
she hasn't participated in much lately.
John, she probably went back if she resides at David's house. Well, Gwendolyn probably went back to David's house, but Janet always is here. And I'm not sure why she hasn't tried to make contact with me. And I'm still wondering if it's not the little girl Gwendolyn and it's something more, something else. But
Sister?
obviously, I caught that EVP when I was making that video. So that was only on Sunday.
Wow.
And
I
so
mean, every time I talk to you, like anytime I watch one of your live streams or anything like that, I've never really picked up on anything that is like totally sinister and malicious or anything.
Mm.
But there has been times, and not all the time either. It's almost like they come and go. There has been times where like there's somebody who's kind of mischievous.
Yeah, so there was these two
Around.
mischievous spirits named Chris and Zach who used to
Okay.
frequent my house, and Chris was the one who used to mess with the blinds behind me. He
Okay.
would pull them down, and he was always the one on the spirit box. I'd go, "Danger! Watch out! Behind you!"
Well,
And but even they got scared when I brought that demonic presence into the house. They almost disappeared.
wow. There it is. There's
No spirits wanted to be part of that whole ordeal.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, and also with spirits, primarily younger spirits. And when I say younger spirits, I'm talking like spirits who may have like recently passed in like maybe the last 10 years or so. Not linear age, but younger spirits, fresh spirits, if you want to call them. They tend to want to. They have the kind of mentality where they always think they have to be involved with what's going on,
Right.
which accounts for a lot of the like objects being moved or knocked around and stuff. They're trying to get your attention because they want to get involved in what's going on. They have nothing else to do. They're in a new type of situation. It's a new world to them to not actually be physical in the physical world. And so they do whatever they can to try to get your attention, try to get involved with what you're doing. A lot of times, if they discover other spirits around, they want to like form a clique or whatever. They want to get involved, just like any human does in a group of people. They want to be involved. They want to, you know, they're trying to get your attention because they want participation.
Okay, I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. The Little Pixie fam asked, "Can you get these off of people's cremated ashes?"
Wait, say again.
I actually have done that. I've set my stepfather's ashes outside while I was doing an EVP session and got some really, really cool responses.
Oh wow!
So I would say yes.
I
You kind of-
definitely believe.
I didn't quite get the first part of that question.
What do you think that you can get what was it, EVPs off of people's ashes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hey, Elizabeth H.
When a spirit leaves your body after you died, your physical part of your body still retains a lot of that spirit energy that it once possessed inside. Whether it's whole or burnt to ashes, there are fragments. It's almost like spirit energy residue. And any spirit energy residue,
Whoa, son, just flew by.
you can it will still register if it's strong enough. And you can and a lot of times what happens is also when a spirit leaves, this accounts for why there's so many spirits in a lot of cemeteries and stuff. When the spirit leaves, after a spirit's been with the body for so long, it has an emotional attachment to that body. That accounts for it wanting to protect that vessel it spent so many years in, whether it's burnt to ash or otherwise. So a spirit will, even if they have crossed, every once in a while they can project through. They'll come through and kind of watch over their remains, whether the remains are still remain whole or to ash. They want to be there. So what you're catching is the spirit energy that is kind of like watching over its remains,
Right.
and that includes ashes of someone who's been cremated.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you definitely pick up EVPs.
Does anybody else have questions? We're always down to take some questions if you guys ever have any to ask. Why can't they move? Why can't they move on? I don't understand why some spirits decide to stick around, and I think some spirits are forced to stick around because of either their actions or other mitigating circumstances. I think some of them become permanently earthbound, maybe due to unfinished business.
I also think that they stick around for actually like either a couple days or a couple weeks right after they pass.
Yes. That's the biggest reason why a spirit won't immediately cross over is they feel as if there's unfinished business.
Right.
That accounts for a lot of people. It happened with me and both my grandfathers who died many years apart. What happens most with relatives, they want to hang out and give you that last goodbye.
Right.
Other spirits that are just stuck, the most common reason why a spirit would be stuck earthbound is because it was a sudden, unexpected death, and they're in a state that they're not aware of. It's like the first time I ever crossed somebody was the young girl. She was stuck because she had a sudden, unexpected death. It was in a car accident, and she was thrown through the windshield and hit a tree and died. Well, her spirit was stuck on the side of that road all these years, thinking that her friend was playing a joke on her and just left her on the side of the road to walk home. She was stuck in a type of residual type thing where she was just living it over and over again until she discovered me. It was a couple of months after me and my cousin moved into the bungalow right across the street from where the accident apparently happened. There's many reasons though. Like they can choose not to move on. They don't know. They're kind of lost. Like they don't know, or they're scared. A lot of them, they'll see that tunnel of light and they fear it. They're like, they don't know what it is. They don't realize if they go through the tunnel, they'll be healed again, whole again when they cross over.
Somebody in the chat said that she can't wait to get her spirit box. She said she has her brother's ashes and she would like to see if she could communicate him, and she would be interested to see what he says. Now, I think that would be really cool to maybe try to see what he might say, and but also you got to be very, very careful. I would carry holy water anytime you're using any kind of spirit communication device or some kind of protection, because evil spirits and the devil, the demons, and the evil spirits will often or sometimes mask themselves as people that you love. So you have to be, there is a gray line with using any spirit communication device, whether that's a Ouija board or a spirit box. And a spirit box can be basically a electronic Ouija board. So please, guys, please be careful. If you don't know what you're doing, ask one of us.
Don't ask me.
Also, you don't necessarily have to have your brother's ashes right there with you while you're doing that.
Right.
If he has crossed over, the spirit box is the easiest way to communicate to spirits who have crossed over. They can project through either audibly or physically to communicate. So if you're channeling a specific person, it's always good to have a picture of them around or something.
Or something that he wore, or an item that he used to have.
Yeah.
Something maybe he was attached to in life.
I mean, if you've ever seen anybody do a live stream where they're doing EVPs, you can see they're bringing through people that just automatically come through.
Oh yeah, like that.
Blue Rock's witnessed it with his family members, Patty and the G team, and Marie and them. They've all done it. And the thing with spirits is once they get used to doing something with a certain person, it's almost automatic.
Oh yeah. Hey, thank you so much, Lou Rock, for tweeting this out. I really appreciate it, man. Yeah, like that's very true, and nothing will beat that moment when Lou Rock or when Boomer and I were doing that EVP session. And it said, "What was it? Coast to coast
EVP."
That was freaking wild. Because what were we talking about? We're like, is it possible that spirits can communicate from one coast to the other if we are doing an EVP session together? And I kid you not, over the SCD2 app, it's the SCD2 spirit communication software. It said coast to coast EVP. And Boomer looked at each other just like dumbfounded. We were like, did we just hear that?
You know, it looked like that thing just went into your desk.
Yeah, it was. It was on my chair.
Did I just miss something, Lou Rock?
Yeah, a little figure popped up on my chair for a second. I was trying to move my camera.
Oh, damn it. I missed it.
He stood up and it like went right into a desk.
Shit. I'm going to screen share this just in case it pops up again. Spirit, could you
get something to pop up?
Spirit, could you do that again at Lou Rock's house and make yourself present and known to us?
Show up right over here. You know what?
Yeah.
Usually it takes something like a bare wall, like something like that.
There is an anomaly on the wall right there.
Whoa! I just seen a freaking orb go by.
Well, there's not only that, Lou. About
that white dot is my doorstop.
Oh, okay.
I've had other people say that.
I was like, what the hell is that?
Let's see if I can. There we go. Yeah, an orb just popped up. It was a pretty good one, too.
Spirit, right underneath that sign, can you please show up on the camera and let us know that you're there?
The thing about this, dude, I'm sitting here in complete darkness. The only light is coming from my computer, and it picks me up perfect. This thing picks up orbs better than anything I've ever used. like straight
Wow.
up. Here, I'm gonna show you. I'm putting up a really bright light right now.
Do you still have your flare?
Did you see any difference? Yeah, I have my flare.
I just saw an
Oh,
orb go right in front of me just now.
Yeah, I don't see any difference between the lighting there from
Yeah,
dark.
no, the light doesn't make a difference, and now the orbs are starting to fly right around my head. Who is here with me? If there's somebody here with me, show yourself. All you have to do is fly right in front of the camera here. We'll be able to see you.
Make yourself be known.
It could be someone just passed
And
it.
it does pick people. Oh shit! It does pick you up.
Yeah, it looked like something just like
It does pick you up because if I stand up, it'll pick me up.
yeah. At the I think this is you're right as well. I'm not sure. On your sign, the Lou Rock sign,
Yep.
like right on the right side, it looked like something like went right into the wall there, right at the edge there.
Yeah.
So
well,
maybe it's going from room to room.
if you watch close, you will see some amazing orbs, like in this camera. Like you
I'm
will.
sure.
I broke my spirit box.
Oh no.
Yeah, the antenna's completely gone out of it. They say that if a spirit box does, if you get results with it with no antenna, it validates it a little bit more. Well, I guess we'll find out sooner or later.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
Sure.
It's actually glitching.
And it's also a good way to determine if you have a earthbound spirit there too. Because if there's an earthbound spirit there, using your spirit box, like you don't need an antenna for that because they're already so close.
If there's somebody here, show yourself right now. Whoa, it's like flashing.
Here, I'll
As soon as I said that, it started glitching, and it's not supposed to. Like it doesn't usually do that.
so I have my ghost lighting for my stuff all rigged up to my iPhone holder. So I got 3 45-watt LED spotlights and a full spectrum LED. So I might
Damn.
turn this on. That's how I was able to capture so much good stuff at that.
Oh, I just saw it on the left side this time.
What orb?
Figure?
Something went into the wall.
Seen an orb.
The left side of the. Wow. Here, let me screen share real quick.
I
I'll
don't
point
know
it
why,
out.
but like a black spot just developed like right underneath the Lou Rock sign. And it might be my eyes.
Yeah,
Under
right where my
the
pointer
rock sign.
is, something very bright and big went right through that area right there.
I just had something affect my eyesight.
Earlier, it was over here, and just a moment ago, right there.
Sometimes I like to tweak it a little bit.
Okay.
It's like it manifested, then immediately.
Yeah, I just had something weird happen with my eyesight. It just looked like a black spot in my vision. So hold on, let me see.
That was cool.
There we go.
But that's the brightest one. That's the brightest one I've ever seen too. It was almost like the end of a flashlight, but no beam. Like it was. I don't know if anybody else saw that, but
What'd you see?
it was like a bright circle, like, right about where your shoulder is. To the
Yeah, I'm doing okay, guys. I was just hooking up my my full spectrum lighting. See, watch. You guys will be able to see me right here.
Are you in the same spot you were before the last time you used your Connect in your house, Lou?
I
Where you had the wood jumping around in the wall?
when I was testing it the other day, yes.
No, not the other day. I'm talking like way back when you would your first one.
Nope,
You were
because
in
that
there.
was on the other side of the room and the mirror
Oh,
was
okay.
in front of it. That's another thing is when you put it in front of a mirror, it seems like stuff comes out of the mirror. I'm gonna try that real quick. There's a
Yeah, I
mirror over there.
SPRO Team S, welcome from Spain. Hey, Paranation, welcome to the stream.
I remember that one live stream you were doing, and you had one like dancing on the wall, and I
That
was like,
big
"Oh
square
wow!"
over there is a mirror. And every time I've set it up in front of a mirror, it's like, especially that mirror, it's like things come out of it.
Well, yeah, mirrors are a portal.
Yeah.
You like my Buddha? Can you see my Buddha right here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was a gift.
Spirit, could you come out from the mirror and present yourself?
You throw a loose pillow on the floor.
What's that? Hold on. Oh my gosh, something flew across the room.
In your hand.
I'm such a bad actor. That's why I have to do things on the up and up.
I know.
I'd be the worst. I'm like, oh my god, guys, it's a ghost.
And it's just
You
Lou
can
Rock
tell when
under a
it's there
sheet.
because Lou Rock's sitting there going, "Oh my god, I'm shitting my pants. I don't know what to do."
Oh my god. It reminds me of that episode of South Park when the ghost adventures go in. They're like, oh my god, it's a ghost, guys. And then they like pee their pants.
Yeah.
You know what? These ghosts are really letting me down right now, man.
They know they have an audience.
I haven't gotten any results in like 3 days from anybody.
Thing is, you know, they sit in here and mess with me all night long, but they can't come out right now when whoa. It's not supposed to do. They are doing something because they're making this thing like it flashes.
Oh, they're probably messing with your electronic. Oh, and that's another thing, guys. For you guys in the chat, the spirits are very inquisitive, and any kind of electronics, anything electrical or whatever, they will want to figure out what it is and how it works, and they will literally like physically mess with it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And another thing, if you're ever out investigating or anything, have a good supply of batteries. That's the biggest thing they'll use. That's the most common thing they'll use to rejuvenate their own energy is they'll take the energy from batteries and things like that.
Oh yeah, I have a whole compartment of my backpack stocked with about 40 different I have like 9 volts and double A's because everything takes 9 volts and double A's.
All right.
It's weird.
Oh, stop lying. You know you got that one device that takes double D's.
I don't have a device that takes double D's.
Really?
Actually,
Janet said it's in your underwear drawer.
It went right over your head.
This lantern, sometimes I'll bring this to really dark locations. This one takes 10 double D's.
Okay. Yeah, he did totally miss it, Lou.
Yeah,
Oh, I did? I missed a joke?
Yeah, he was saying that you have a toy in your dresser that takes double D's.
Oh. Jesus.
Dude, do you see how this thing keeps glitching?
Yeah.
That's not normal. That doesn't happen.
I know. Jokes go over my head.
I think whatever came
Whoa, my own hand just scared the crap out of me. That is funny.
I think when it went into your desk like that, whoa. Oh,
that's my hand. It scared the crap out of me a second ago.
My cane just like slipped down.
It is completely pitch black in my room. There's no light. That camera's behind my computer now, so there's like it shows how you can see. Why is it flashing like that? That is weird. I've never had that happen.
Hi, Earth Angel. What's up, everyone?
If you're here with us, please show yourself.
Hey, human. What?
Danny, Tammy.
Humanity, what's going on, brother?
Oh, humanity. With
What's going on, Mikey?
That's why. Let's see here. Here's the proof right here that
I think
every
there's
time you
something near
turn-
that chair, Lou.
But what I'm saying is this is the proof that every time you turn this thing on, it doesn't just have a miracle happen. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you got to
Right.
see some of the captures we got. When I was in Tennessee with Patty, we got a person sitting in a chair.
Yep.
Clear as day, dude. His hands were moving, everything. It was crazy. It was nuts.
I also
love
remember
that.
you guys had one trapped in a mirror or something too.
In a mirror.
Wasn't there in that one room? Wasn't that a mirror that it was just like dancing around in, like it was trapped? When you guys were in the hotel room, I think it was.
It might have been. I don't. I only actually remember like 4 or 5 different times that I caught something really amazing on this.
I remember it was a video where there was a dog there.
A dog.
Was that the ghost dog?
No, their dog. What's her name's dog? Like you guys were all in the room doing the connect, and there was a mirror on a dresser type thing, some kind of vestibule type thing, and there was a stick
Whoa.
kind of like dancing, like looking like it was trying to break out or something.
Did you just see? I just seen something shoot down the right side of the screen.
No, what I saw was the whole thing blanked out and turned back on.
That's what I'm saying. It's been doing that. It's been doing that. Every time we ask a question, it like blinks out.
How many spirits are there with Lou Rock in that house?
Here, I'm gonna move it real quick.
If there's more than one spirit, can you present yourself in front of the camera? Can you go on top of that couch?
They're like, yeah, if Lou Rock moves all of his stuff.
They're like, all of a sudden you get an EP saying, Lou, clean your room.
Clean your room, you dirty son of a bitch. All right, I'm just going back to regular webcam.
Wow.
If they want to show themselves, they'll show themselves. If not, oh well.
Yeah.
I tried. I can't.
Yeah, that's another thing, dude. You don't always
have
do
this thing
everything on
back in
command.
action,
So.
This was literally one of my favorite pieces of equipment. It looks like I'm giving the wall the middle finger.
Yeah, I know. I see that.
So I'm going to show you something, right? You see my hands, right?
Right.
Now, because my hands are green, it means that my hands are open.
Right.
Now, if I close one of my hands, you see how it turned red?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, yeah.
Now, if I put up like 1 or 2 fingers, it'll turn blue. Now, if I put my hand on the side and it can't really register any fingers, it turns clear. So open is green, closed is red, and like just 2 fingers is blue. And then on the side is clear. Now, I've actually communicated with spirits with their hands because their hands are actually registering. The thing about this camera is it's only supposed to pick up human proportions. It's got hand and eye detection, thermal detection, and so if it's picking up hand signals from these things that are not there, where is it getting it from? And I'm thinking maybe thermal, maybe something like that. But the thing is it's very validating. That's why I love this piece of equipment. I
Wow.
love this thing.
So
you know why I started using this? I had my Xbox Connect pick up a ghost when I had it hooked up to my regular Xbox, and it flipped me out. And then when I started doing this, I was like, oh my God, that happened to me on my Xbox. And then I started using it.
Hell yeah.
oh, that's cool.
Hey,
So I
Ken,
do got my
man.
thermal hooked up. I wonder if you could even see it on there. Hold on. Get rid of the body index. Oop.
I don't know, but I know I've seen at least a half a dozen orbs so far.
You've seen orbs? Because, yeah, this thing picks up orbs really good. Oop, everything's black. See how dark it is in my room?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got my thermal on, but you can't really tell. That's kind of cheesy. Back to the infrared.
I know you were recently watching Netflix.
Oh, I'm always watching Netflix.
Hey guys. Hey, Egyptian Gamer Geek, what's up?
Going on, EGG, Egypt forever, brother.
All right, so sorry I stole away from your topic here. We're supposed to be talking about scary stories, right?
Well, I mean, now we kind of deterred off of that.
All right.
Just
Hey,
trying
I'm up for another scary story.
yeah, Lil Rock, do you have another one?
Scary story.
I don't know. When I inadvertently thought when you yell "Help me, Charman, help me," I thought he was supposed to come towards you and help you. I yelled it, and then afterward found out that if you yell that, he comes rampaging out of the woods and comes and attacks you. So
Oh, really?
Good
I
job.
got lucky that I didn't get attacked
Yeah.
or have something attached.
I'm
That's
telling you,
kind of
John.
counterproductive, isn't it?
I'm telling you, bro. Watch out what you look for. You might
Yeah.
just find it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Well, I mean, I did find it. I showed you that video. There it was
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying, dude, is one of these days, one of these things is going to end up attacking you in the wrong way. I'm telling you.
I
Not
mean,
a lot
it's
of
already
people.
happened. I've gotten attacked before. I got attacked by something from the murder house.
Yeah, but John, I'm talking about an attack that's serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a serious attack, like life endangering attack. Like I almost died, bro. When
Yeah.
I got pneumonia
Hey, Alyssa Parrish.
during the EVP session, like it was an instantaneous. I had pneumonia, which
Wow.
is impossible.
Yeah, and you had it in both lungs, didn't you?
In both lungs, out of nowhere. People seen in the live stream. I started the live stream perfectly fine, having a good old time. We're doing a spirit box session, and in the middle of the spirit box session, I start tasting bleach, and I'm like, guys, I taste bleach, and I start spitting, and it's like all I could taste is bleach, 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 and then I saged the room. I thought I was okay. We ended the live stream. I went to sleep. Within like an hour or two, I woke up 104 fever.
Wow.
They bring me down to the hospital. They actually rushed me right into like, you know how they usually make you sit there and wait? No, I didn't have to wait. They rushed me right in. They started working on me right away because I was dying. I was actually, I was close to being dead.
I remember that. That was freaking nuts.
Hey, good night, Earth Angel.
Hey,
And
good
so what I mean is just be careful because you go to some of these places and you might just find what you're looking for. You know what
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean?
No,
Yeah,
I
someone can
know
attach to you and you wouldn't even know it until it's too late as well.
I mean, one of my first experiences in the paranormal field when I first got started was hanging around this ghost hunter guy in North Carolina. And we went to one of the most sadistic, evil cemeteries where this guy who beat, raped, and tortured his slaves was buried. And we caught pictures of the hounds of hell. Now, if you see it with your naked eye, you don't have much longer to live. But we caught a
Great.
picture of it, which was still scary enough.
Well,
That
That's why I'm like really cautious of what I go looking for from now on. Like,
yeah. Like I didn't know the Charman story was that dark until after I had already gotten home, and I actually stood on the bridge and yelled, help me," like that. help me, Charman. And I thought he was supposed to come and like rescue you because there were stories of him also being a firefighter that burned in the 1950 or 1948 fire. And I didn't know that the elemental story, if you yell out, help me, he comes out and actually kills you.
Yeah, I don't know why you go looking for some of these things. If I knew those stories, you wouldn't catch me in there at all. No way.
And yeah, so I mean,
And
that.
another tactic they use, it's not quite possession, but it's more like manipulation.
Mhm.
And any spirit can do this, not just demons or any spirit. They can take control of your mind enough to manipulate you into doing certain things and stuff like that. Like, you know, they could convince you to walk off a platform or something like that just by suggestion.
Yeah.
And it's a lot for just a normal, regular type spirit to do that. It takes a lot of energy. So, yeah, basically, it is more like a demonic type tactic, but any spirit can do it. So, you got to be aware of that too.
Oh, yeah.
An unfamiliar spirit that you're involved with, you know, that's why you never do any investigations alone. Always take at least one or two people with you. So
Yeah.
you have somebody there that can like identify different mannerisms in you and stuff.
Right.
Because if your mannerisms suddenly change like that, that's an indication that something's manipulating you.
Yeah.
And if your buddy notices that, it's like you immediately want to leave that area. Like if you're in a building, go outside. They don't generally follow you outside. They break the hold once you leave. If you're in the outdoors area, get a couple hundred yards away or something,
Yeah.
and wait till you start getting your own senses back.
I
And a
just
lot
felt something like I just felt something personally in my room. It felt like something just like snuck up behind me because I just got the
you
whole.
feel a breeze on the back of your neck, like somebody
Oh, it was like
back of your neck.
something. It was like a very heavy feeling on my back.
Mhm.
It's very, very kind of unsettling feeling, but it always happens in this room. Like once I shut off the lights in here, like there's something lurking in the background behind me near where she died.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the meter's going off. And I set the lights in here on purpose like this, so just to capture anything strange.
Why don't you walk over in that area with your meter and see if it lights up?
I can't wait to catch something on this thing again. I had like a little child spirit one time duck its head out from behind a grave. It waved at us and then jumped back behind the grave. It was crazy.
Wait, was that one in Florida? The first one
No,
you
this
did,
was
or?
no, it was at the Masonic Cemetery,
Oh,
and I was there with Daryl, and we had the connect set up right in the cemetery, and then like this little, it had to be like maybe 2 feet, 2 feet size of shape of a human, 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. It pops out from behind the grave. It waves at us and then jumps back behind the grave. Craziest thing.
All right.
I want to
yeah.
see.
The only
I want
video
to freaking
evidence.
see something in my room. If there's somebody here, if I got a family member here, come on, guys, hook me up, man.
The only video evidence I've ever caught were uh orbs, like one up in my bedroom and a couple over at my sister's house. And I don't know why that light just went on and off. But
Come on, Danny.
did you all notice my light flicker on and off?
No, I didn't see it because I had it on.
Oh, maybe it was me waving my hand across it. I don't know.
Huh.
But yeah, it's like I've never actually like all the recording I've ever done. I've never actually captured any kind of form of it.
Yo, Alyssa just reminded me, right? One time I had the Connect on and something showed up on my wall. And then the messages that were coming through were of somebody overdosing, a needle, all this stuff. And then another EVP that came through was shot in the back with a 22. And at the time, I have no clue what this stuff means.
God, I wouldn't
The
wish
very
that on my worst enemy.
Listen, the very next day, I find out that my uncle's best friend, his wife, overdosed, which is a friend of the family. She overdosed, and in my EVP session, it said, "Lou Rock, why aren't you doing anything?" Like it was telling me, like if I would have known, and I had no idea.
Right.
Well, also, my stepbrother, one of my stepbrothers, my mom's ex-boyfriend's sons, we like consider each other stepbrothers. He was shot in the back and he ran to the hospital because he wasn't that far from the hospital. And by the time he got to the hospital, because he ran there, the bullet traveled into his heart and he died.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I've had that happen like a couple times, bro. I was in Belchertown and it says Magnum outside, burning, burning, burning. That night we figure out that my mom's foster brother from her foster home when she was growing up had been shot and killed in his house and burnt. They burnt him and his girlfriend in the house.
Jesus.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it's happened to me a couple times where it's like I get these horrible messages and I don't know what they mean, and then I find out what they mean, and it's like it
Yeah.
just sucks.
Yeah, that's no joke. That's so scary. Like I
Yeah,
keep
so
hearing like footsteps behind me. Like it's outside of this room. It's in the hallway. It happens every time I'm live now. It seems like the spirit activity is mostly staying where I think there's a portal open in my house in the main living room. Now I notice a lot of the activity in my house is in the main living room.
Yeah,
And
Little Pixie said it was in my live stream. It was in my live stream. That was another thing. It was live.
yeah. Gina says, uh, she, she says, here's something weird. I just got a strong smell of vanilla perfume in one spot by my room door as I went to open it. Then when I came back through the door, it was totally gone within like 30 seconds. Yeah, that happens a lot. That's one way spirits usually make their presence known is by manipulating your sense of smell and trying to make you think of a familiar smell pertaining to a certain person that you may have known. Mostly, usually a relative will identify themselves by a smell you're familiar with associated with them.
right.
Like for me, if I smell cherry pipe tobacco, that's an indication that it would either my Uncle Bob or my grandfather because they used to smoke pipe and they would smoke cherry flavored tobacco.
I had an Uncle Bob.
I have my family has a spiritual attachment to Whitney Houston. I will always love you. That was my great grandmother's favorite song, and every day, no matter what channel radio we're listening to, whether it's in the car or at the house, that song will come on her birthday.
Wow, that's cool.
It's pretty incredible. Like I remember one time we were just sitting there. They were sharing memories of her. I was very little when she died, and all of a sudden, Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You" starts ringing the house. I was like, wow. Your dad smoked cherry tobacco before he died too. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Smoked.
Well, Uncle Bob smoked right up until he passed, and then like my grandfather, I believe, because I remember his big old collection of old pipes and stuff like that. I think he only smoked because I never witnessed him. He just smoked while my dad was.
Yo,
kid.
John, I just seen a dope black orb shoot right over my head. It was freaking huge.
Wow.
Oh, I just seen another one right next to my head. All right, they're
Black-
starting to fly around. Who's here with me?
Ask them if they can manifest into other than an orb.
Well, you ask them. They could hear you.
Oh yeah. Oh, I guess I just did. Didn't I?
Yeah, I smoked.
I
Show
just
yourself.
be more convincing.
Manifest yourself.
So
Show
I
us.
can't smoke in the house.
We just seen you 1 second ago.
All right, we'll keep them entertained, bro. Go have your cigarette.
We're gonna catch a ghost while you're gone. So go ahead. Oh,
Get your
I'm
ghost
green
yet?
now. Look at I'm green.
Hmm.
All right,
What,
keep an eye out.
What feature is that?
What filter?
Yeah, what filter is that?
This is infrared, but with it's like a surface on top of it.
Oh, that looks pretty good, man.
Yeah, it is pretty funky. Oh, dude, look at that orb! Did you just see that orb come out of my TV, dude? Oh
No.
my god, dude!
No,
I was
People
staring
gotta
at your screen the whole time.
Yo, listen, somebody's gotta yo, John, you're gonna have to, what's the timestamp on this right now? Dude, you're gonna like that. That was a freaking crazy catch right there. Dude, that was awesome.
I think that was 2 hours 30 minutes. I think.
All right, write that. Or 2:30. Dude, it came out of the TV, it turned, and it like flew across the screen. Did anybody in the chat see that? That was nuts.
See, I'm watching the replay of it.
What feature is that?
What filter?
Yeah, what filter is that?
It comes out of the TV, dude. Infrared, but with it's like a surface on top of it.
Oh, that looks pretty good, man.
Yeah, it is pretty funky.
Right about there.
Did you just see that?
See,
orb
I
come
didn't.
out of
I
the
can't
TV,
see
dude?
it. I think it's
Oh
that
my God.
filter, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, rewind it and look at the TV. You will see
Where's
it.
the
It's
TV?
black.
Oh, your TV is pointed up.
It's right there in the corner. You see that TV?
Yeah.
Check. Go back right there where I'm like, oh my God, and look at the TV. It's so obvious. You cannot miss it. Yo, listen, somebody's got to. Yo, John. That was crazy.
Because I remember his big old collection of.
And I'm in 3D here. This is so cool. All right.
What feature is that?
What filter? I can look at myself
Yeah, what
overhead.
filter is that?
This is infrared, but with it's like a surface on top of it.
Oh, that looks
was
pretty
cool. Did you see it, John?
Yeah,
or no?
it is pretty
Or-
Holy
Dude,
shit!
Did you see it? I told you, dude. It's
Holy
huge.
fuck!
Yeah, man. I'm not joking.
God, dude. Holy.
Dude, I want a clip of that. That was awesome. It like turned. It came out of the TV and turned.
Wow, that happened on my stream, guys.
That was cool, right?
That
Aren't
was
you gl-
cool.
Aren't you glad I came?
Yeah, I'm starting to miss the paranormal activity in my house. Oh man, but that,
Yeah, but
that was
here's the
wild.
deal. It's happening right here on your channel.
I
And
know.
that's why I love this.
I'd almost be afraid to put like something like that in my living room because I get footsteps walking through my hallway all the time. Dude, I'd almost be afraid to put like something like
I'm going back and checking it out for myself.
No, dude, that was a huge orb.
Yeah, it was. It was humongous. It was black, and it was freaking.
That was freaking insanity. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and timestamp that in the comment section.
Yeah, I definitely want to steal a clip of that because that was a cool catch. I'm
Yeah.
probably missing the other ones while I'm sitting here looking at it.
Like, that was such a strange abnormality.
Well, I'm telling you, this thing picks up orbs better than any camera I've ever used. It picks up orbs really good. And they're orbs, they're not dust. That's the thing, is you can decipher that it's not dust.
Right. Is that your hand lighting up?
With the red,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah. That means like my hand's open or closed or something.
Okay.
I could actually turn that off if I wanted to.
Who's
But the
that
reason
talking in the background?
that's I have the phone. I had the phone on. I was
Oh.
Yeah, I got mine running too, trying to.
go back and check it out. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it later because I can't find it.
It's
But
right after you went green and sat down, and then your body went green.
Yeah, I'll check it out later. Can somebody else show yourself again? We just seen you. We just seen you fly by the TV. Can you do it again?
I just felt like somebody like touched my arm and like with a tight grip.
Oh, it happened before that too, dude.
I know I seen another one before. I know it did. I seen another one before it. But that one that came out of the TV was crazy because it changed directions.
Yeah, it feels like somebody's like literally grabbing my arm right now.
Well, my stepfather died of a heart attack, so and right now I'm sitting at the spot where he passed away. All right. Let me see. Trying to do something here. Oh, all right.
Who else live streams paranormal stuff at 3 a.m.?
That kind of. Oh, I had it on screen share. Let me see here. Screen share. Can you? It's not screen share no more. Hold on. Try to fix it.
I have to check it out later or something.
Where am I? Oh, oh. All right. That's that. Where's the Google Hangouts? All right, there we are. All right, why is it
There's
showing me
anybody
that?
here in my room with me because I can feel a presence in here. Can you touch that meter? Let me know you're here. You can manipulate the lights and touch them. What the shit was that?
It was a sound, wasn't it?
No. I saw
Oh, I heard some.
I saw something appear like right here. It was like a bright.
Well, just before you said that, I heard a very breathy,
What
like
the shit
hello or
is
something.
that?
I heard a hello that was like really like breathy, like a heavy, like kind of like that. Just before you spun around.
Wow, dude. That creeped me out a little bit. It's not doing me any justice sitting here in the dark. Like, this room creeps me out.
You pussy.
There's moments
There's
that
9 of them.
there's moments that this house gets downright creepy. I'm not joking. This whole neighborhood does, because
I got a question for all y'all.
right behind us there was a murder suicide, and then in this house the lady died in this house right next to me.
Have any of you ever like been standing there looking in the mirror, and all of a sudden, like your whole facial features change? Like it looks like you're looking at a stranger, but you know you're looking at yourself. Like that's happened to me several times in my bathroom, in just the bathroom mirror, no other mirror. Like I'll be standing there brushing my teeth or combing my hair, or shaving or something, and all of a sudden my face, it'll look like it just changed into somebody I don't recognize, like physically, like the color of the hair, the facial features. It was like I'm looking at a stranger.
See, something's walking outside of my room, dude. I just heard a footstep coming from inside the kitchen.
I told you I heard somebody say "hey" to you or "hello" or something.
That's
It was
the same,
like really
that's the same spirit that was saying "help me" or something like that in my video. It's a woman's voice, right?
I couldn't tell gender. It just sounded very heavy and airy. It was like a like that. It was just before you freaked out and spun around.
God, dude, like this room is giving me chills right now. It keeps feeling like somebody's still touching me, and I'm seeing things fly off. It's crazy. It's right when I switch the lights on, the activity starts picking up.
You mean off?
Well, when I turn the lights off and put on the multi-spectrum.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, this multi-spectrum captures some good shit.
Yeah, a lot of spirits are attracted to certain things like that. Certain colors of lights, certain
Well, I mean, I have
strobe lights and things like that.
IR too. So actually, the IR cameras are on. I have the IR light on too. So I don't know if you can see that, but I'll switch these off, and those are actually the IR lights. But I have a special IR camera that'll actually pick up the whole room in pink or purple. And it's pretty wild what I capture on there, because I'll actually capture like orbs, and it looks like shooting stars going on in my house.
Did you just hit your camera when you were reaching over?
No.
Moved.
I didn't hit the camera, but I moved the lighting around.
Oh, it looked like your camera like moved a little bit.
Yeah, it has a. Okay, so this camera doesn't have an autofocus.
There was a shadow going back and forth where the door and blinds are.
Yeah, that's my shadow.
I heard the whisper too. Yeah, Little Meadow heard the whisper.
Yeah, that's definitely creepy. The whisper's unsettling a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't know her from Adam. She don't know me, so it's not just her agreeing with Boomer, people, like a lot of people say. Yeah.
Guys, that whisper is coming through my studio mic, not my computer.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, this is the voice that you're hearing right now is coming from my studio mic. So it had to go hello like that.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. Like it got right up into your mic and said hello.
Which would be the heavy presence that I'm feeling right now. But thinking if it did speak like that, it would have been close enough to sense off the EMF reader.
Not necessarily. They don't always trigger your EMF, even when they are. Because I mean, right here is proof. Like on the app, the EMF, my EMF alarm won't always go off when they're like. Sometimes they actually have to physically touch it to set off the alarm. If they're just kind of passing through, it doesn't always pick it up.
God, dude, I just got
I
the
don't know why
heaviest.
that is, but they can exist. They can be around us without triggering any kind of EMF or anything.
I just got the heaviest presence in like full body pin and needles just now.
Like, I'll turn on my EMF meter right now, or the EMF alarm.
Wow, holy shit.
Just sit here and wait for it to go off.
Oh my god. Like, there is a heavy presence in this room.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised my EMF isn't going off.
Yeah, I don't feel anything but her though. Like, I don't know.
Oh no, I don't feel anything bad. I just feel like it's Janet.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, because I don't feel anything other than her right now.
The longer I stay alive at nighttime, the more activity happens in my house.
The longer you stay alive, huh?
Yeah, that too.
The longer I stay alive.
The more I stay live on my streams late at night, the more activity happens. My dog is sleeping in the way back of the house.
Oh, that's right. You do have a dog, don't you? I forgot.
Yeah, my dog senses Janet all the time. He'll just start staring and wagging his tail at something in the kitchen, and he'll be staring into dead space.
So does Janet ever just kind of
I just had
go
some
off on her
fly-by
own
again.
during the house?
She just walks around the house, I think.
Oh, dude.
Your camera's not on, Lou.
Yeah, well, it's all right. He's on presenting. It's cool. I just seen something fly by, but it's gone.
Oh, on your screen?
Yeah.
I can't see your screen.
Well, you're on presenting, I think.
I'm presenting you now, and it's just showing your face.
Why is it cut out? Hold on, let me fix. Oh, hold on, I got it. It should be fixed now. I have participants.
Yeah, exactly. Dogs are EMF readers on legs. Seriously.
Yeah, right.
All right, hold on. I should
You'd be surprised the stuff dogs could sense and sniff out.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Dogs have been known to actually sniff out cancer in a person.
Heck yeah, they have.
All right, am I screen sharing yet?
Nope.
What the hell is going on here?
You're on here, but it's just your profile pic. No.
Oh, the stuff that I used to capture live when I first started my channel, ask Lou or Boomer of the stuff that I used to capture on here. My live streams used to get downright creepy.
I don't know. I don't
when that time I was live and it looked like somebody ran their fingers through my hair, or when my blinds got pulled down. Actually, I have that video. It's on. I made a compilation video of all the paranormal activity that happens in my house. You guys can check it out.
Yeah, Elizabeth. As a matter of fact, when I was still with my wife, my children were very young. At the time, we were living in my grandparents' old house, and my two kids were out in the back playing. And, you know, like good parents, we'd go to the window, check on them every once in a while, make sure they're all right. Well, my wife and I went to the window, and like my son was over in one area, my daughter was over in the other area. It appeared to us like they were kind of like communicating with other people, not themselves. You know, kind of like we could see like their mannerisms, and we could see that they were talking, but they weren't talking to each other. So when they came in, my wife asked them, says, "Who were you talking to out there?" And my daughter said, "We were talking to the kids." And she's like, "What kids?" She says, "Well, there's a big girl and a little boy. We were playing with them." And she went on to say, well, the big girl kept picking on the little boy and wouldn't let him play with her. And apparently that's who my son would start to talk to. And my daughter, she was kind of hanging out with it, but there was nobody out there. So, yeah, apparently they were conversating and playing with spirits of children. out in the backyard.
Wow.
Hey guys, I gotta run, man. I got my videos just about to.
Dude, finally my EMF reader goes off. Did you just see that?
Yeah.
That went straight all the way to yellow.
Hey, thank you
Yep,
for
she's
having
here.
me, John.
Huh?
Thank you for having me, bro.
Hey, no problem, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
All right, Boomer.
All right,
Everybody in the chat, much love. Boomskins, John.
All right. Peace out, brother.
Hey,
I'll
listen,
talk to
I
you
want
soon.
a clip of that freaking orb that from earlier. That was cool.
Yeah, I'll try to like screenshot that when the live stream's done, because I'm actually about to sign off here in about 10 minutes anyway. But that was crazy. That EMF just went all the way, dude.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
All right, bro.
Much love. Peace.
See you, buddy. Love you. Take care.
Wow, thank God he's gone. Man, that blue guy, I tell you. Wow.
Oh, God. Spirits, can you move that EMF reader one more time? Let me know you're still here with me.
Lou's got a lot more than what he divulged tonight. I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
He was holding back.
Yeah, he's got some shit in his place. For sure. That was crazy. That black orb was something else.
Yeah, I saw one just before that too that I didn't notice before. While he was still standing up.
And it looks like my blinds are closed versus when I was first streaming and my blinds were open. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that.
Oh, top part looked like they
Yeah,
are.
dude, my blinds were actually open. So something's messing with the blinds again.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that.
Cause I'm looking at the. Whoop, that's
What?
again.
Wait, what was that?
That was my phone playing back in the thing. I'll.
I'm waiting for my EMF alarm to go off. Nobody here wants to play with my phone. Nobody here wants to set off the EMF alarm.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, you're here. See, nobody wants to cooperate when I want them to. Hey, Native Grammy, what's up?
Dude, there was like clear footsteps. It sounded like this. Walking through the hallway there.
She's probably just investigating your house.
Probably.
Like, you're going to investigate us, I'm going to investigate you. I'm going to go walk around.
Right?
Yeah. John, do you sleep in that room?
Hell no.
I would. If I came to visit John anytime, and I would sleep in that room. Hell yeah.
I'd make you sleep in this room. I like my room. My room's not as bad as this one.
Let's get it on, Janet.
Oh my gosh. What's that tapping? I think that's Lou Rock. All right,
no.
Boomer.
That's my cane. I'm tapping my cane on my foot.
But yeah,
I'm getting nervous, man, because you got all this shit going on while we're live. I'm thinking Janet's gonna come pay me a visit or some shit.
Hey Janet, do you want to pay Boomer a visit?
You want to come set off my EMF alarm?
Come on, don't be afraid.
If that goes off, you'll hear it. You'll.
Can one of my spirits in my house go over to Boomer's?
Oh, wait, not just any. Come on, man. Don't get me into some shit. Not just any. Okay, Janet.
Okay. Can Janet go over to Boomer's house and touch his EMF reader?
Yeah, Janet, please touch my EMF meter.
Sounds so bad.
Come set off the EMF alarm, Janet. I'll let you do that.
She was like 55, 60.
Set it off. Hey, man, you know how long it's been for me?
So bad.
I'm just picking, Janet. Don't be like throwing shit around my apartment or anything.
Oh, that would be so entertaining.
Damn it, Janet. Ha ha ha.
Oh my god. That song from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, she's gonna go visit him. Hey, I mean, I'm well accustomed to Janet. You know,
Hey Janet, you can go live over at Boomer. That would be nice.
I mean, she'd be a nice little addition to the other 9 or 12 I have hanging around here that don't want to do anything anymore.
Yeah.
I could get some, activity going. Like we could hang out and have a tea party or something. I just want one of them to set off my alarm so y'all can hear it like go off and
Remember, Spirit, you can communicate through our electronics from coast to coast. Can you go over through my computer and touch Boomer's EMF reader? Let him know that you can communicate through our devices.
Somebody set off the alarm. Come on, there's like 12 of you here. Somebody, one of you,
Once again, I got that pins and needles feeling.
all these spirits. Like, I'll prove to you that there's like spirit energy here. Let me back this up. Let me put this on the tracker, okay? I'll set it to move.
Very.
So y'all can see that little needle there. I don't know if you can see the needle or not. See that red needle? Now that red needle should always point north.
Yeah.
Unless there's a stronger magnetic pole other than the Earth's pole. See that blip?
Yep.
Did you see the blip? That's EMF energy. Now, see how the blips are coming and going? It's not just a steady blip there, picking up a steady EMF. That means it's in movement. See how they turned again?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of blips going on.
Yeah, that's spirit energy. They're here. If I turn the audio on, you could hear them.
Yep, and there goes more footsteps behind.
You could hear them.
There's more footsteps on behind.
Hear that? That's them coming in contact with the sensor in the phone to activate the EMF. They're activating the reverse audio tracks in the program. So we know you're here. You might as well just like play along. You know what I'm saying? There's 2 blips there. Over here. Hey, nobody's over here tonight? Usually they're all over in this area at the end of the couch. Over by Sarah's chair. But I think they just like hanging out here by the couch watching TV with me. Because I don't usually pick that many up in this area. There's 3 or 4.
I wonder if some of them they're signaling that they're from my place too.
I don't know. Is anybody from? Let me put on the EMF says. Y'all remember that one? Well,
yeah, it's like the Simon Says.
My regulars know about the EMF says. But this I have to keep the phone stationary for this. Well, you know what? I could move my webcam down so you can see it.
John, move your meter. Where do you need me to move my meter to?
All right, now this will settle down once I stop moving around and stuff because it's also activated with the geo sensor, which measures vibration. So if like I jiggle the table or something, it'll activate it.
Oh yeah, I bet the spirits do find this amusing.
Huh?
Of course, the spirits find this amusing.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they mess with me all the time. Like they'll be stubborn, they'll want to do something. Then when I'm not looking, they'll do something. Like I'll leave this running. I'll go upstairs in the bathroom or something, or in my room for something, and I'll hear it go off while I'm upstairs. You know, so they'll sit and play with the damn thing when I'm not here.
Hey, Space, how you doing? Thank you so much for dropping by.
So if any spirits here who want to communicate, all you have to do is tap the device. You know how it works. Those of you that always been here before and used it, just tap the device, light up one of the lights. And now they want to be stubborn.
Spirits,
Sarah,
touch the EMF reader on Boomer's phone.
Sarah, are you here? No. Well, you're here. You just
Janet, are you there? Were you able to communicate with Boomer?
Janet, can you come through and tap the device and light up the colors?
Well, she's not really doing it for me, so I don't know. I got a little bit.
Actually, one or two times I can't. I've actually had on a couple occasions had a spirit project through from the other side and interact with this device. Now, keep in mind, these devices are designed to communicate with earthbound spirits who can physically interact with the device. But I have had a couple of spirits come through and be able to come through and reserve enough energy that they could use their energy to interact with the device and light up the colors.
Spirits, I'm in California and Boomer is in New York. Light up the meter if you can communicate in between here and there. You said you could do it before. Whoa, what was that? There was like some green flash that happened like right around here.
No, I wasn't looking.
I wasn't really.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm sitting here staring at the damn phone. I could be watching it on the damn screen. If there's a spirit here who wishes to communicate with us, can you please tap the device and light up the green light? Yeah, I mean, if any of you here who are not that familiar with me or my channel or whatever, if you check out my channel, I do have valid evidence videos on my channel via screen recordings and video recording of the same sessions, simultaneously running video and the screen recorder, and they're posted on my channel, of spirits interacting with the device and on command lighting up specific colors that I asked them to light up. So,
Spirits, if you're with Boomer, can you touch the yellow or green light?
you have to tap the device lightly to light up the green, a little bit harder to light up the yellow.
Hey, City Girl, Country Heart.
Whatever light you can light up, tap the device as hard as you can to try to light up one of those colors.
No one here means any disrespect to you, spirits. We just want to communicate with you if possible. We come with peace and love. All we want to do is see if you want to come and communicate with us. It's been a long time. My hand is like shaking like uncontrollably. It feels like somebody's grabbing my hand and shaking it.
He's just having a stroke.
Probably. About time.
That's how it started out for me, man. First thing that happened was my hand started shaking and everything.
But it feels
I
like
had to close down my live stream, and
it feels like something's like going like this, like kind of like
tugging at you.
it's like tugging at me, and it feels like it's vibrating just in this one spot. Like it's almost like a spasm, but I've never had that feeling before. But it feels like a tight pressure on that arm,
Well,
which is weird.
you're one here, me.
You hear footsteps or something from somebody's mic. It's probably mine.
Just want to see you if you don't mind.
Hey, the Redneck Connection. What's going on?
What's up, Redneck? Any spirits here? Tap the device, light up the colors.
I wonder if it's snowing anywhere in the county yet. It's supposed to. It's like 30.
Is Timmy here? I actually believe, like, a few days ago, I was running my app, and for some reason, I was using the spirit word one, the spirit word program, and the word angel kept popping up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I didn't think about it because I'm just thinking like angels, regular angels, stuff. And I was like, wait a minute. Because my daughter, Angel, who passed away in the fire, I thought, well, wait, because she's never come through for me before. And I thought, I was like, wait, is this an actual angel or is this my daughter, Angel? And as soon as the last words left my mouth, it came up Angel again. So I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I switched it back over to the EMF says, and I says, if this is Angel, hit this device and make the green light light up. And as soon as I asked that, the green light lit up. And that's the first time ever I've ever noticed, it's the first time I've ever noticed it, where she's actually come through.
Right.
I've never had her come through before. Like even with my mediumship, my clairvoyance or whatever, I can never like contact her directly. Any contact I ever had with her was through Stephanie Bennett, the little spirit helper I have there, the first spirit that ever came to me that through a session with distant family members of hers. Well, and it all started with Stephanie, and then I started getting this big group of kids together that kind of hang out, and they help me out every once in a while on like any kind of information I want to know about the other side and stuff like that. But I've never been able to get Angel to come through. And the other night, when I saw it pop up so many times, the word angel pop up so many times on the spirit word, it made me think, well, maybe this isn't an actual angel. Maybe it's my daughter. I asked her, I says, is this Angel? And she lit up the green light. And I'm like, wow, okay. And that was the one and only time I could get her to come through and interact with me or interact with the device to communicate with me. Never before and haven't since. And this was, I think, almost a week ago. I think it was last Monday or Tuesday. But yeah, it was. I don't know if I posted that one or not.
It's like
That may have been one of the files I got.
something really affecting my right arm. I don't like that feeling.
Well, ask if it's Janet or
Janet, or if this is another spirit who's affecting. Oh my God! Did you just see that?
where
Right when I said that, my meter went off multiple times to yellow real quick.
Janet, is that you?
If this is Janet, move the meter. If this is somebody else, move it all the way to red. Let me know who this is. If this is a spirit other than Janet, let me know. Blank once for Janet, blank twice for something else.
If this is anything other than Janet, light up John's meter. If this is Janet, light up the lights on my phone.
That was fucking crazy.
All you have to do is tap the device. Tap it. It measures your EMF and it triggers the sensor and it lights up a light. All you gotta do is hit the device and light up the lights.
And you guys have seen it. This light hasn't gone off all night except for that one time before.
Yeah.
My EMF reader is nowhere near any electronics. And it's about a foot away from my computer and a foot away from my mic and a foot away from my lighting.
Colleen wants Janet to come to her house.
Sure, she can have her. By all means. Sorry, I'm also kind of like focused on because
Are there any spirits here who want to interact here?
they're probably
Any of you can tap the device. As a matter of fact, more than one of you can do it. Because I'll demonstrate. You don't have to wait for it to stop. You can hit green, yellow, orange, or red, one right after the other. You don't have to wait. Just like that.
Did they just do that?
The colors. All they have to do is tap the device at different strengths. Like,
Okay, so that wasn't them that just did that.
no, that was me. You can see my finger was in there typing. Because it can be user activated or spirit activated. This little black box right here, you can't see it very well here, but this little black box, whenever the sensor's activated, it'll flash up whether it's a user activated or spirit activated. It tells you right in the little black box whenever it's triggered. So when they're doing it, it comes up spirit activated.
Wow.
Because it's picking up on the EMF. It also does that like if you use metal, like I'll take the head of my cane here. If you have metal near it, well, supposed to. Oh, that's brass. Maybe it doesn't pick up on brass.
Spirits, can you affect my meter again or boomers?
Oh, this is a good one. All right, I got some pliers here. See how the metal of the pliers activates the sensor? Because it's the same as if EMF energy was activating it. But
I found out it's snowing 15 miles from my house, which is rare.
Seriously? Wow.
It's snowing all the way near Big Sur right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all can have it all for all I care. I'm tired.
We're about 4 degrees shy of it being able to snow here. Because it's 37 right now. Dude, that'd be fucking crazy if it snowed here at the beach.
Right.
That'd be like the first time since 1985 that it snowed here.
Yeah, for real. Vegas got snow and shit.
Yeah, it was still going off at Murad's house. Murad, it's actually accumulating in Vegas still.
Well, you saw whose face go blank?
My face?
John? Little Meadow says, or where was? Oh, Gina says, "Oh, I saw his face go blank a few times in the last 10-15 minutes." May I make a request? Sure.
Yeah, request.
As long as it doesn't involve me getting on my knees, no problem.
You can have my 1.5 feet. Yeah, I would love to have a 1.5 feet.
Yeah, right.
From work.
All I got.
Not have to go to work. That would be awesome.
How's the meter going? Anything happening?
Yeah, my meter went off really big just, what, 10 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Mine flashed 3 times really quick to yellow and then went off. Hasn't done it back.
But I can't get anybody to interact with my device because they're being stubborn or whatever. What time is it? Is it after 3? See that right there? Like I've been saying the whole time, like the hours of 3 and 4 does not make a damn bit of difference of how active or inactive spirits are.
2:15 here.
I've had more evidence during the day than I ever have at night at times.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I've had more evidence between 6 a.m. and 11 p.m. than I have at any other time. So 4:15 here. Well, you must be in. Where are you in?
Yeah,
UK?
it's snowing just on the other side of 101 from where I live right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like we have like a grade. I don't
Oh,
know.
it's 5:16 here. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's snowing
5:16.
just north and east of the airport right now.
No wonder Lou wanted to get out. I didn't think it was like. I thought it was like 1 o'clock, 1:30 or something. I was like, damn.
It's 2:16 here on the West Coast.
Oh yeah.
Well,
So I'm 3 hours ahead of you. So
4:16.
probably Texas. So she's 2 hours behind.
5:16. So I'm probably gonna sign off, guys. It's pretty active. I want to go check out the weather conditions, and yeah, like right now it is snowing, like right at Big Sur, which has never happened.
Oh my God! What the hell is that?
What?
Oh, that's me. Never mind.
Yeah, it's snowing just south of Monterey. That's crazy.
Wow.
And it's snowing near the army base here in St. Louis.
Yeah. Well, y'all could take whatever we got as well.
Yeah, I miss the snow on the East Coast so bad.
All right, guys, this is your last chance. I'm gonna turn this off, and John's gonna wrap things up. So if you got one last thing to say,
Yep.
the device, light her up.
Same here, spirits. If you want to make one more attempt at making yourself present, please touch the meter. If you're still here with me, light up the meter. And why did my meter just shake?
Physically shook.
Yeah, like the whole table just shook. No, it wasn't me hitting my mic because that doesn't. Oh, yeah. Okay. So maybe I tapped my. Okay. That could have been it. Debunked. But yeah, it was a pretty awesome live stream, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Seriously, much love and light, you guys. And remember to always keep it spooky. Boomer, do you have any closing words?
Much love to you and yours. Keep it real.
All right, guys. Take care. See ya.